stream to start, we just sort of jump scared them.
Yeah.
With us just being like, hello, yes, we are here now.
Oh, hi.
Oh
Hi.
my goodness.
Oh,
So,
okay.
anybody who is checking us out right now, I'm going to give it a second to let some people filter in. This started as a, hey, I'd really like to, meet you guys and get to say hi. And this is the best way I could think to do it. Let's do like this chill one shot. And then we were suddenly like, yeah, we should stream this. So my very chill getting to know you one shot suddenly became oh no, people are going to see this. I can't just write like 2 notes on a sticky note and put them on the side of my computer and wing it. I have to actually like produce something.
Says who?
My pride. My pride is what says.
Fair. That is fair.
That's fair.
But I'd like to start with everybody introducing themselves. We'll go around the table. I will start. My name is Alex Smith. I am co-owner of Alpha Comics and Games in Richmond, Virginia. I am also the DM of Quid Pro Roll, which is a podcast that I tried to make serious, and then my players happened.
An attempt was made.
I'm Stephanie. I play on Adventure Incorporated, which is a 5e actual play. And I also do some other podcasts with the Serious Business Network. We do some Shakespeare, we do some Pokemon, we do some Survivor. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff happening over there. But if you're D&D focused, Adventure Inc. is the show to check out.
Oh, I guess that means it's right on to me. Hi, I'm Chelsea Bites. I like to stream on Twitch on my channel as well as play other multiple campaigns. Right now we're doing Damsels, Dice, and Everything Nice over on Pixel Circus. Also playing Dungeons and Do-Rags with Critical Bard, My Lady Confetti, Cypher of Tyr,
Nice.
and some other, and J-Rock the God, if you haven't heard of them. And we do that every Sunday. We're going to do about 7 episodes, 10 out of 10. Also on the Walking Dead universe, where we also do some zombie role play if you're interested. Lots of fun. And I too am also an avid role player. I run my own campaigns as well as doing our Fae Day celebrations. So if you'd like to see more of that, roll on over to Chelsea Bites.
Heck yeah.
All right, guess it's my turn. I am Scott Moore. I'm the audio producer for the Blood Crow Stories and ATL by Night. ATL by Night's a live streamed Vampire the Masquerade live play, and the Blood Crow Stories is a serialized horror podcast. And this is absolutely a treat for me because I finally get to be in front of the camera and the mic instead of behind it. And I get to play D&D, which is always awesome with all of these talented ladies. And this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yay, me. So hi, I'm Swan. I am at A Swan Named Emily across the internet. I am the person who runs the Doodle Crew. So we're at Doodle Crew Draw. So it is a live group of artists who all get together and we create art based on a prompt. I'm also on the podcast with Steph, In Addition Pod. I'd say probably the least experienced D&D player, but if you need D&D art, I'm real good at that. So I do a lot of art for Botched D&D podcast. I've designed their logo and I've done some of their Patreon art. I've also done some character designs for stuff like that. There's also an episode of Doodle Crew where we draw random generated D&D characters. So if you want to go and check that out, that's over on my YouTube. Everything is at A Swan Named Emily. So wish me luck. I haven't played D&D in a long time.
Oh, it's going to be great.
I am so sorry that this is the game to bring you back into the fold.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're in good
This
hands.
sounds like it's going to be the perfect game to bring them back.
So real quick, can you guys give me a rundown on your characters? I've got a couple of notes here, but I'd like to hear anything that you guys would like to go in with. Steph, can you start us off?
I sure will. I am Makesher, a half-elf bard, very famous, very important in the musical community. So one name only, inspired by Madonna, Kesha, and Cher. And just kind of imagine all 3 of those put together with a little bit of Alexis Rose sprinkled in.
That's beautiful. All right, then I'll pick that up with Za, our human druid who's come down from the mountains and somehow has like this valley girl just vibe, but she's very in tune with nature, and she wants everyone to understand that, okay? So please understand that with the utmost importance. And we're going to go ahead and pass that off to Helena.
What is up, you guys? I'm Helena. I'm from the Masons Guild, and I'm just so excited. I'm half orc. I like to smash stuff. I have a morning star, but I'm just real excited about breaking things. I love you.
And my name is Lockchar, and I am burdened with a glorious purpose that none of you will know about. And I am a tiefling warlock. I dress quite fancy, unlike my human form here. And I am incredibly intelligent.
You sound like, is it okay if I say you sound like Loki right now?
Yes.
When you said glorious
purpose. Because that's exactly how I came up with this character. I literally created the character while watching Loki.
You hit it right on the nail. Perfect.
I feel like your D&D party all met at a Whole Foods. Like, I feel like I've met all of these people at a Whole Foods at one point.
Yep.
Probably not wrong.
We've got Helena and the protein powder.
Heck yeah.
Makesha is over in the beauty products.
I need to decide if these bananas are like organic and GMO free and no gluten. So that's the important part. And we need to speak to a manager right
I gotta roll a death save because I almost choked.
Ooh, perfect.
Oh my goodness.
And again, before we get started, again, this is all brought together because of Alex Smith offering this up as a chance to get to know us and for us to get, or for y'all to get to see us before Dragon Con. We're all going to be on panels, or as myself, I'll be running the tech at Dragon Con. So this was all from Alex's idea. So we thank her a lot for doing this and being the sacrificial lamb for really our first time doing this.
We offer you up.
I mean, but you have to phrase it like that.
Onto the altar.
I mean, listen.
Get up there right now.
You're the newest. You're the newest of the community, I think, of all of us. So yeah.
So this is a hazing ritual? I'm being hazed?
You brought this on yourself. I mean, not hazing, but you brought this on. I mean, you brought this on yourself. You're like, hey, anyone want to play D&D?
Con Kai, and now I have to be hazed.
You know,
I see how it is.
No.
Oh my God.
No, but thank you again, Alex, for volunteering to do this. And like again, we're gonna have a lot of fun. So enjoy.
Thank you guys. I'm really excited that everybody was interested in this, and I'm very excited to be here with you guys, and you all do like such cool stuff. So I'm like, they're gonna play a game I do it. Yay! So I'm like super excited. I did write a short intro to kind of get you guys into the scene. So for context for anybody listening, this is going to be a traditional sort of D&D sword and sorcery setting. So if you think that I'm doing anything cool or like cyberpunk or creative, I'm not. Expecting creativity out of me is a fool's errand. So your party, having been hard up for cash on your journey, check the local city's jobs board for easy gigs to fund the next leg of the trip. Unfortunately, given the state of the local populace, this board is usually referred to as the dregs list, for when you need the bottom of the barrel for both adventurers and jobs. Perusing through several posts that are either clear scams or promises to work for exposure, there is a promising posting from someone claiming to be the manager of a group of Yuan-Ti bards called the White Serpents. The job posted seems to be a traditional escort job. Make sure they get to their gig about 2-3 towns over. It was posted by someone written out as Mr. Elko. He says that he would be waiting at the Siren Song Tavern for anybody that's willing to take the job.
All of these jobs sound like super sketchy.
I just really feel like with my experience in the music industry, this is a perfect chance for us to make some connections. And you never know when you're escorting a band who also is a fan of yours. It's like everyone's in this great trip together.
Yeah, that's like great and whatnot, but exposure? What happened to like cold hard cash? Do we just not believe in that
I
anymore?
agree with the human. This is so beneath us.
Ugh. How am I going to afford my lattes?
Oh, when you're famous, when you've been adequately exposed, you don't need to pay for things anymore.
And just how much have you been exposed?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't really need to pay for things anymore.
Okay, so it sounds like dinner's on you, and I don't know. Did you guys like read this board? This Mr. Elkos one seems kind of like interesting or
I'm into it.
whatnot. Okay.
I just want to smash some groupies.
Wow.
That's
know?
all you ever do, Helena, is smash.
It sounds like that PG.
You need a new
thing,
act.
like went straight out the window. Just saying.
Immediately.
But I'm here for it. I love that. I'm holding
I
it
let you-
together by a string, barely. So, like, for the sake of like, staying on track, are we gonna like call Mr. Elkos and avoid any group of groupies out here? Like,
If we're dealing strictly with musicians, my experience has told me they don't want to have much to do with the groupies. Our job is to keep them away, get them to
Oh.
their gig, and maybe if we do a good job, they'll invite us up on stage with them for their performance.
Once more, I have to be exposed to these sweaty mortals. Fine.
Sweaty Mortals was their original band name.
I love
That makes it even worse.
So, like, does anyone?
Maybe
have,
I can find some willing subjects.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we will. These people look kind of desperate if we're going to this concert.
Concerts are a really great way to meet, normal people. And normal people
And deal with
love-
the unwashed commoners? Ugh.
You'd be
Ugh.
surprised at how many things unwashed commoners are willing to give you when
Oh, I'm
you
quite
look
aware. I'm
beautiful.
quite aware.
What kind of things?
So Makesha is gonna like rifle through her bag. She's gonna take out like a bracelet. She's gonna take out a kazoo, like a bundle of fruit. She's kind of like just gonna put random things on the table. This
I'm
is
like
just
impressed
from
with
getting here
half
tonight.
of those things, but the other half I could do without. But half of those things that's convinced me. Yeah.
I forgot.
Mere
You're not
trinkets.
into metal, right?
It's a medal.
You're not into the jewels. You're more the
Oh.
fruit kind, right?
Oh, I like medals. I know people think that I'm all like, I love nature and whatnot, but I like shiny stuff too. Shiny things come from the earth. Or
I
can
love
have, like, a diamond or whatnot on the side, or like an opal or garnets. I have a problem. I love shiny things. So where do we find these shiny these people?
I think we go to the Siren Song Tavern.
Okay, I'm very bad with directions, so I'm just gonna follow you guys.
Helena, this is your strength, right? Getting places,
Yes.
going through people.
Yes.
Take us away.
Let's go. So I just start pushing, and actually, no, you know what I do? I just yell, "Get out of the way!" Like Fezzik, and everybody
I use
I was about
thaumaturgy.
to ask if we were pulling a Fezzik.
Yes.
I use thaumaturgy to make your voice echo even louder.
Yes.
I'm going to have you roll intimidation at advantage because of the thaumaturgy assistance, Elena.
All right.
I can't wait to see this crowd part.
All right, what am I adding to that? Where's my thing? So it is a 17.
Yo, okay. So the crowd parts very neatly and very quickly. No one is in your way. And it's like there's even like a curve in the path straight to the Siren Song Tavern because they think they might have heard you mention it and they want to make sure at no point are they in your way. You guys make it.
But Locke is in the back the whole time and he has his chin just high up in the air. Like he's acting like they're leading him.
Oh my goodness. You guys are going to make it to the
handle the attention. So I'm just like, oh my God, hi. And I'm like greeting everybody. Oh, wow, thank you. Oh, you're so sweet.
Walking in and kind of like posing like you're on the red carpet at the Emmys.
Yeah, I don't know how to act. So I'm just like, oh, yes.
I'm paying attention to nothing else, and I am just walking like as fast and as hard as I can. Just like, focused.
Oh, she's leaving. Okay, I'll see you later. I follow behind you really fast.
Makesha is signing autographs, like not for people who are necessarily asking for them, but anything that she sees that has a surface on it, she'll sign as she goes by.
Just signing like these villagers' loaves of bread and like one time signing someone's baby.
Yeah, actually.
Right across.
And Locke is using like minor illusion to just give all of us like a sparkle.
Thank you.
And just like to like sparkle and light so that like
okay, we're
again and
out here.
streamers and like he's making it into a procession.
Now I'm a pretty lady.
Yeah. This is gonna end up being Battle of the Bands coming up.
Wow, this
Helena gets two really red cheeks.
Like the
and a clown nose and a clown nose.
Wow, that's a fight.
My magical power is Instagram filter.
Yeah.
I would take it. Real life, I would take that.
I would take that. Just have it on my face all the time. Yeah.
# here to smash.
You guys make your way to the Siren Song Tavern, which is surprisingly bustling given the fact that it's more or less just sort of afternoon. There is exactly what you would expect. There are barmaids running around with trays of full and empty tankards back and forth at the bar. There are people drunkenly singing some shanties, though your attention will be brought to a couple of figures in the back specifically. A furbolg in some very nice finery, flanked by two really big humans who are just sort of crossing their arms and like glaring at everyone around them. You see in front of the furbolg a couple of papers scattered out on the table.
Oh my gosh. Makashe. Okay, so that furbolg over there is really shiny. Do you think you could get it to like give us things? Is that in your skill set?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she goes over and she kind of like puts her hand on her elbow on the table. And she's going to, whatever the paper is, she's going to sign it with her autograph. And she's going to say, "You're welcome."
So,
oh my God.
Well, your passive perception's not that high. All right then. Okie dokie.
I'm dying inside just a little
The
bit.
furbolg looks up. What can I do for you, miss?
Oh, we're here for the White Serpent contract.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be me. I'm Mr. Elko.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you. I'm Makesha, but I know I didn't have to tell you that. These are my friends, Za, Helena, and Lockchar.
I'm in the back. I'm like, oh, are you Mr. Elko? Yeah, I'm just kidding. Oh, it's so great to meet you. Oh my gosh.
Pleasure's all mine, miss.
Yeah.
We're such fans.
Such fans.
Why, thank you. I was really worried when I posted on Drake's list. I didn't think that I would get such a competent-looking adventurers.
Oh, confidence, my middle name.
So he's going to push 3 of the papers towards you. He doesn't need to push one toward Mekashare because she already signed the contract. It's already been done.
This is great. This is beautiful.
Cher,
I go ahead
did you read what you signed?
before. Yeah, I want to read mine while they're asking.
The contract is going to say whoever is signing the contract would get 100 crowns upon the safe delivery of the White Serpents to their gig a couple of towns over, provided that it is by the time of the concert. If they're late, no money. But 100 gold coins is not a bad
100 each or 100 for
100
the group?
each, 100 ahead.
Okay.
Makesha will look at Za and say, I told you I could get something from this Firbolg.
Well, you know, it was the contract that we're like coming here to sign, but hey, kudos to you. A for effort. I love this for your journey.
Thank you.
L-
I love
uh,
this for me too.
Yeah.
Lockchar is going to investigate the contract for any legal loopholes or tricks or anything like that.
Repeat what you just said. Sorry, my internet pipped for a second.
Okay. Lockchar is going to want to do an investigation check on the contract to see if there's any sort of like fine print, legal loopholes or anything like that.
Please do.
That is, let's see, I said investigation. So that's 15.
Other than a clause that says that the band needs to get there unharmed, sober, and alive, you don't really see a whole lot. The contract itself seems incredibly straightforward and actually has a lot of addendums to ensure the band's safety.
Do they have like any like, you know, food
And
allergies or anything that I have to worry about? Or like, I don't know, bedtime procedures? Like what's going on here? What are we getting into? What is this?
I'm going to tell you right now, miss, if you can get them to go to bed at an adequate hour, you'd be working some magic.
Oh.
I don't even know if they sleep anymore.
Oh yeah.
Up all hours of the night,
And
drinking things.
I'm sorry, but sober,
They
I
have
know
to be
how
able to
bands
perform.
act.
Yeah, you got some of that there magic, right? You can, sober them up, yeah.
I'm kind of
always
looking at
find that-
everyone, and I've got like the paper by like I'm just holding it with my fingertips. I'm like, this sounds like a babysitting job, and I've done that for like a long time with the animals in the forest and with, you know, random children running. You will be surprised with how many random children are just running around the woods.
She's
I
the
don't know.
anti
I
like
would
wicked
be.
witch in the woods.
I would be surprised at that. I didn't think children were allowed in the woods.
Lockchar turns to the, what was the Firbolg again?
Firbolg is a fey
No,
half
with the
giant.
name.
Oh,
Oh, we
Mr.
didn't get a
Elko.
name. Mr. Elko
Yee.
is, and I'm going to cast, I don't know if this will work, but fuck it.
We're casting.
I'm going to cast Suggestion. And Lockchar is going to say, I suggest you remove the part about sober. That is a wisdom save 13.
He kind of looks at you and squints his eyes a teeny bit. No, friend, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need them to be a little bit sober for this concert.
Does
Lockchar.
Lockchar realize it? Okay, so he realizes it didn't work.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very on
And
brand for.
Yep.
Very
Here's the
confident.
thing, Lockchar.
Much wizard.
Sober is a relative enough term that if they can perform, and you would be surprised at how some performers can perform under a sort
Lockchar-
of influence.
Lockchar turns to Za. Do you have minor restoration ready?
I can make it happen, but like, I would rather it not come to that point because it feels like it's kind of just below me. I don't use my mystical, magical powers on sobriety. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, what am
He
I, a
turns to
rehab
Helena
center?
as she's talking. He turns away, turns to Helena. You keep people away from booze. Got it?
Got it.
And he turns and he signs the contract.
Wonderful. Have all of you signed?
I was gonna say I need to like dip my hand in some of the ink and just like put my handprint down on it and smear and be like, signed. And
I'm like, okay, guys, if you say so. And I start signing the paper. I kind of just onto the table.
So Mr. Elko is going to kind of like wipe the ink that has splattered across his face, or Melina just like high-fiving the contract. And he stands up. The two humans that are flanking him also sort of like move down their arms to follow him. Yeah, let's go into the back and have you meet the band. He walks out of the tavern, his cronies following behind him.
Okay, this is how I should be treated on a regular basis. Let's go
The
right
exposure's
to
not
the
that bad.
exposure.
I just
You
want to
realize
keep
we're-
walking next to the cronies and kind of like nudging them with my arm and just messing with them a little bit and like bonking into them just because I'm bigger.
One of them like kind of does this like side eye, like not entirely sure what to do because you're not threatening the boss, but you're doing something and he's not sure how he feels about it.
The poor thing.
So you make your way to the back. You make your way out of the bar through a back exit and walk out to what appears to be a horse-drawn cart with about 4 horses hooked up to it. It looks nice and is kind of tricked out, and instead of like the normal cloth, it's this strange kind of beaded curtain. The smell of patchouli sort of emanating around this space.
Not the patchouli.
Posed, not lounging, very obviously posed around this space are 4 Yanti purebloods in various states of ostentatious garb. They all turn and look at you with various Zoolander effect. Just
Amazing.
yeah, these are the boys. These are the boys. I got them. They were running away from a temple thing. Yanti and their, dark magic and whatnot. This is Ash, Izu, Mashed, and Shawn. You gotta say the Shawn part. Gotta hold the S.
Ash,
Those are like
Izu.
really their names?
What was the other two?
Ash, Izu, Mashed, and Shawn.
Ash. Interesting choice, I normally, don't say anything about people's names, but that's like really, really interesting. I guess.
It's
gonna be hard.
So cruel.
Shawn.
He's going to look up. Yes?
Hi.
Hi.
I guess we're gonna take you guys to this concert, even though I don't know why you guys couldn't get a cab or something. But I don't even know how far it is, to be honest. So I guess I have a lot more questions to ask. I don't really think things through. But if you have any,
I don't either, so that works out.
you don't even know where you're going. What type of tour? You're being grossly mismanaged. How do you not know what's okay? So stay away from anything that makes you allergic. Keep your hands where we can see them. And if I say roll out, you put your hands in my pockets and you don't leave my sight. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
And with thaumaturgy, Lockchar is going to say, and that goes for all of you.
All three of them kind of turn, and again, just dramatic boy band head turn.
And when they look, he's gonna summon his warlock weapon, which is a red bladed glaive, and make a kind of make a flourish with it, or else.
Okay, well maybe not that like extreme,
and then
but
whoosh, and then whoosh, blade disappears.
It could be bad if you don't follow the instructions of your designated professionals. So just stick with us and we'll make it happen. Just don't make my job hard. Okay.
Lokchar points to Helena. Don't make her mad.
I'm going to smack one of them on the back very jolly and be like, I'll protect you, tiny performers. We got a show to do.
The one that you smack on the back, the drummer, Mashed, goes,
okay, he can handle it. Yeah,
that's totally cool, man.
And
Lokchar is just going to be like a real chill trip. It's gonna be fine.
I love this for us.
And Lokchar is gonna turn to the Furbolg. I'm bad with names. I apologize.
You're fine. You met him 5 minutes ago. It's chill.
Yeah. His name is not important. And just kind of, and we don't have to go all through it, but just get all the details of where they're going and everything like that.
The overall details are Mr. Elko is going to ride ahead with his compatriots and make sure everything is cleared up for the gig a couple of towns over. Mm-hmm. You guys just need to it's like 2 nights. You just need to get them from town A to town B, sleep, then get from town B to town
C.
Yes.
A to B to C.
A to B to C.
Or A to B to X. I mean, whatever.
See, that works. I like that.
I did fine. It was chill. It was totally fine, and I did not mispronounce anything.
Nope.
But that's perfect. Really all you need to do. And over the course of that time, you need to make sure that they don't go missing, they don't die, they don't get injured. Nothing happens between now and the concert that could influence what happens at the concert.
Okay, but like Mr. Furbug, do we have like transportation or some sort of like assistance that we're gonna be getting? Because, you know, I don't think you're gonna expect us to like hoof it, right?
You're gonna have this here carriage. We're gonna leave it for you. All 4 horses, all the carriage, all the amenities, and your rooms are gonna be paid for in advance. That's one of the things I'm doing when I'm riding through for you.
Oh my gosh, guys.
No, this is actually surprisingly good.
Maybe I should have like asked that before I signed the contract, but I am pleasantly surprised. All right.
I do want to add that, Mr. Elko, I am looking for new representation. So if at any point you are impressed, maybe we can do a little, test with the white serpents here. If you're paying for hotel rooms, I'm interested.
And while she's talking, Lokchar is going to be casting minor illusion to just steadily make a clown nose grow on her nose.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you roll. I'm going to have Makashare roll charisma at disadvantage. Persuasion, if that has a better thing for you.
There's one thing she's got. It's charisma.
It's one thing. It's good.
So I rolled a nat 20 and an 18.
Wow.
So that's a 23.
So what I'm hearing is no matter what, Makashare is an unflappable performer.
Yeah.
I get behind Makashare and I'm like, yes, absolutely. Girl for you. I don't say it out loud. I'm like mouthing it. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, let's talk contracts once we're there at the concert a couple towns over, yeah? A couple of days, we'll have this conversation.
Sounds great.
Lokchar snaps and the nose goes away.
I started trying to make this guy's voice like sort of this like really dumb, like kind of voice, and now he's starting to become Ruby Rod from Fifth Element, which is not a thing I intended. So we're
I
just gonna roll with
enjoy-
it. It's gonna be
Go
fine.
with it. Go with
It's-
it. It's working.
It's fine. It's chill.
Thank you so much, Mr. Forbod. I appreciate this. All right, everyone. I need you to get lined up, grab your backpacks, snacks, and get into the carriage. You have 5 minutes. If you're not in there in 5 minutes, we're going to have a problem. All right,
They all
everyone,
kind of like look and in various different ways sort of show an assent to what you are saying. Mostly it seems all of their stuff is already on the cart. All of them are going to load up, and one of them is going to poke his head out and kind of look at you expectantly. So, who's gonna drive this thing?
Okay, I never got like my license or anything, so I mean, I can wing it, but I don't know how comfortable you are with that.
Helena, make the horse go forward.
Are we climbing on before I like just smack it on the ass and start walking next to it? Because that's my solution. Like I'm holding the reins and I'm going to smack it and I'm just going to start walking.
I love that.
Yeah, Makesha's gonna
Watch
kind of like hop onto the I assume there's a footstool and a top that she can grab, and she's gonna kind of like ride presentationally before like ducking in.
She's
She
like
tells-
jumping on
Yeah.
like an Anastasia, where she's like sort of swinging around
Yes.
the light post. We're turning
How
this
she did
very
that.
quickly into a Disney film.
Yes.
All of that is
Lockchar.
happening. Yeah, I just want Ash to like put their foot in the cart so I can close the door, and then I smack it closed and make sure I do head counts. And once that's done, I'm like, okay, guys, I'm ready, and I'll stand into the front of the carriage. We have like a seat in the front, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna sit down. Don't you? Yes, ma'am. Am I really putting off the nanny vibes? I love that.
You are putting out
Thank
hard,
you.
like hard
you.
mom
You're coming.
friend
You're
vibes.
coming
Like,
strong. You're coming on
Feel
strong.
accomplished.
I'm half
Those heads in the
expecting in your
woods.
bag you're gonna pull out like a bunch of granola bars and be like, whose blood sugar is low?
And
Honestly,
Rockchar-
did everybody wash their hands?
Did everyone use the
That's a
bathroom
good
before
question.
we
Hand
left?
check. Hand check.
Yeah, for real. Hand
And
checks.
Lockchar's gonna flip his way onto the seat, or attempt to. And
Sounds like somebody's rolling some dexterity for me.
yeah,
If you try to do something
Fire.
too cool with it, you gotta roll.
yeah, he tries to do a way over the top flourish.
I'm really hyped.
Acrobatics, if that's a higher roll for you.
Oh, actually, that didn't go too bad. Damn, I'm trying to make myself fail and it's not working. 14.
14? All right, you're able to, you're not quite as practiced in your flourish as you would be were you some kind of performer, but you get up and you land well, and your face doesn't betray that you're kind of surprised you pulled it off to the level that you did.
Right.
Everything looks like you did it pretty well. Not sure if it would go viral, but it's acceptable.
He makes bows to no one, just bows, and then sits down next, at least a little bit distance from Za, and pulls out a book and starts reading.
That's a good choice. I do have snacks. Yeah.
So you see Mr. Elko and his attendants get on horses and ride off at a very fast clip ahead of you guys, moving on to the town before you. The trip, as you guys sort of lumber along significantly slower, is relatively chill. The members of the band kind of keep to themselves at the moment. The drummer's just kind of like bapping on anything that he can find with his drumsticks.
As
The
drummers do.
guitarist is sort of like, you think it's classical gas, but he keeps changing chords here and there, so you're not entirely certain if he's supposed to be playing classical gas. The bassist is just staring dead-eyed.
That tracks.
I represent that remark.
I am like,
Point to
Makesha
my
is
bases in the backside here.
Just stare into middle distance.
Makesha is definitely like riffing
course.
with whatever noise is happening. It's a lot of
Just I'm getting I'm getting total Mariah Carey. Yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah, her
This
whistle
is-
tones are.
Or no,
This
no,
is perfect.
no. What's the other singer that does that all the time?
Madonna, Kesha, or Cher.
Yeah.
Or
Yep.
Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, Madonna. Kesha,
Aguilera,
Kesha.
Christina Aguilera. That's who I'm thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm
It
gonna
could be
go with
worse. They
Cher.
could be like my parody of the Whiffin' Poofs and trying to, go
Mhm.
that way.
While they're riffing and they're making all of this like noise, it's really triggering my misophonia, and I didn't realize how noisy a band could be because months in the mountains and the woods, it's really quiet. So I'm starting to get really irritated. You just see me sitting at the chair, just like rubbing my temple really hard, and I'm just like, oh my god, what is this trip? Helena, are we almost there yet?
So I'm going to pound, I'm assuming I'm still on the outside. Pound on the top of the carriage and be
We
like,
haven't even started moving yet, have we?
we moved. Yeah. She said we were moving.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
we're
okay,
on.
okay.
Yeah.
That's why I'm irritated because everybody's all comfortable and making noise.
Just pound on it and said, hold steady. We transfer the musicians. That's all I'm going to give you.
Alright, I take any cotton or anything and I just stuff my ears.
You just kind of like cram it into your ears for just a moment of peace.
A moment.
Now, this being
And-
said,
A moment like this.
Right. Sing that. That's
And
what she's
after-
belting, and I'm just like, oh.
after
God.
when Lockchar notices that she like stuffs her ears, he's going to use thaumaturgy just to turn up just a little bit more.
you're a monster.
Yeah.
You're a monster is what you are.
I told you I made him watching Loki.
It's like the equivalent of like when you're wearing headphones in a public place and someone comes up and like pulls your headphones off because they're trying to talk to
No,
you, and it's like,
Oh wow, that's a fight.
No, he wouldn't even pull the headphones off. He'd just
No way.
shout louder at you.
Oh,
I
God,
hate,
no.
I hate all of
That's
that.
He
That's
would
a
he
whole
would
fight.
he would just like get in your face and like shout at you and make it like
Yeah.
and so not only is he irritating you, but he's wow, I can't even say that. He's also pissing off the rest of the train.
I
Yeah,
love
that's
how
how
like
it'd
the
be.
four of us are like, yeah, we've been there.
There-
we've all known this.
This is a train to Dragon Con, okay?
This is it. I'm just
Oh, no.
like, oh my
It is
god.
a train.
This is-
Can you, like,
I think I'm the only
not?
Georgian native here, but this is we're not
Oh,
native,
yeah.
but the only one living in Georgia, I should say. But this is Marta into Dragon Con.
It is. And it's like, can you please just not sing on the train, please? Please don't. Yeah, so that's me right now. And I don't know how good like kid clay or like, literally like Play-Doh works for, earmuffs, but whatever works. It's not that big a deal. I'm irritated anyway. So
It works surprisingly well, but I almost guarantee you will get an ear infection by the end of this.
Love this.
adventure.
Yeah.
love this. I have these healing properties that I learned from the mountain, and I think I can make it work.
You have convinced the voice in the sky, so the journey honestly goes pretty smoothly, aside from like Za's rising urge to kill. And Lockchar just sort of in the corner trying to think of more ways to raise her urge to kill. You arrive.
No,
at the
he's
first-
he quickly got bored and he's just engrossed in his book.
It works for me.
He's also trying to ignore Makchar's singing.
Wow.
I'm naming the horses.
But you
And
would
hanging
like
out with them.
turn it up, which is like so counterproductive.
No, like I did
it's
it. No,
cool.
he did the turn up initially just to annoy you, and then when it started to irritate
and
him,
then
he
it
stopped.
Backfired, right?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But he's not
All
giving
right.
it. He's not going to give like. If you look at his face, he's not giving it any indication of irritation.
Good. You better.
Elena,
not.
I must know what you have named the four horses.
One is named Potato, one is named Squash, one is named Dale, and one is named Clyde.
That's wonderful. I appreciate
I love it.
Clyde and Dale.
I love it. I love it.
I see you.
See, I've
um,
already got. So you said potato, squash, Dale, and Clyde.
Yep.
I'm not gonna forget those names.
Throwing a lot of names at each other. real
It's crazy,
fast.
but those names I won't forget. All right.
Dale and Clyde, was it?
Dale,
Dale and
Clyde,
Clyde.
potato, and squash. Just
Yep.
can't forget them. They're perfect.
They are perfect.
All right. Oh,
You arrive in the first town about early evening. There is a note that one of the band members hands to Makasher that indicates that they have rooms reserved at an inn called the Wailing Walrus.
That's nice.
Classy.
You okay,
Great.
Stephanie?
Yep. So
That was
good.
that was a face journey right there.
There was a lot of processing that I just saw happen.
There's so much packed into that name. So she's
There
gonna
is.
like swing out the side of the carriage and talk to Helena. Helena, find the Wailing Walrus for us.
Why are we treating Helena like Siri?
I know. I was just about to be like, I was gonna pull out my Play-Doh and be like, can you like say please? Okay, like
Please. Thank you. Also, thank you for driving.
thank you.
I also can't drive. So it seems like you were really the only option, and I'm so happy that you were up for it.
You are
I can drive, but it's beneath me.
exactly.
I get driven. I do not drive.
You are a blessing
Helena.
to this party because it would literally not move without you.
Yep.
Forward momentum is a myth.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So can I look around? Can I perception for the Wailing
Yes, you may.
Walrus? All right. Let's see. Oh boy. Yeah.
Oh, this ought to be
I
interesting.
might not find it.
That's lit.
Where's it? I got a 9.
I can't
Well-
wait to turn up and be like, so are we like lost?
You are able to find an inn. However, instead of the one that you are looking for, called the Wailing Walrus, you have found an inn about a block or two away called the Turkey's Neck. An odd smell comes from this inn.
Helena, wrong one.
I take out the Play-Doh and I'm like, okay, I wasn't listening like half the time, but I don't think we're supposed to be at the turkey leg.
Can I do a is there someone just walking on the street?
There are a lot of people. This is actually
Okay.
like a pretty decently lively town.
Okay. Hey, excuse me, can somebody point me in the direction of the Wailing Walrus? We have an appointment.
Old man kind of turns and, yes, the Wailing Walrus is going to be 2 blocks that way. Take a left.
Thank you so much. You are amazing.
Thank you, miss.
She's gonna look at
It's the nicest thing
Helena.
anyone's ever said to me.
No. I'm like giving this old man like all of the side eye. And when Makasher comes back, I'm like, you really just can't trust old people like that, okay? They say just about anything. Now, they're like old people that show up in the mountains and they are 99% lost because they don't know where they're going. So I'm going to go ask someone else, all right? I will make you
I didn't know they let old people in the woods.
It's something about
The Woods is an exclusive VIP club.
Yeah. You know, it's exclusive. I don't know how they end up there either, but don't worry. So I'm going to
Okay.
go out into the crowd as well. And I'm going to ask someone, be like, hi, hello, excuse me. I'm like looking for the Wailing Walrus. I literally do that. That's what I want to do because I will forget the name. The
Beautiful.
Wailing Walrus. Do you know what that would be?
The lady that you're talking to sort of like adjusts the grocery bags that she's carrying because everyone in this town must be doing something. And she goes, oh, yes, it's going to be 2 blocks down and you're going to take a left. You
2
can't miss it.
blocks.
It's a pretty loud place.
Oh, we like can't miss it. Okay. And just saying, like, oh wow, I got like a very intense background.
Now you're in
I was about to
charge.
say,
I was like, oh my god, where'd that come from?
dramatic change.
It was very dramatic. This is my other background that I enjoy, but don't mind me. But yeah, I'm gonna ask the lady and be like, so like, is that old man does he have like an owner or something? Is somebody watching him? Because
She
I was
kind
just
of
making sure. That guy over there, is he like, okay? Does he have a caretaker?
Oh yeah, Mr.
Is he on a
Studebaker's wife
leash?
died a few years ago, and ever since then
Oh.
he just hangs out on the street corner to talk to people because he's really lonely.
Oh, well, I'm really glad that we got to talk to him, but I just wanted to make sure that we weren't getting the wrong instructions from. You know what I mean. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Have a nice day, miss.
You too. Blessings from nature.
When Zah
And
gets
I
back
bring
in
it
the
back.
carriage, Makesha is gonna go, do you really think we can trust people who have to shop for their own food?
You know what I'm saying? It's actually, I think the same thing. All of the animals just bring the food to me in the mountains.
I'm gonna turn around and pound on the top of it.
Did
And be like, the
Lockjaw hear
horses
the
are tired. Where are the horses going?
I promise, Clyde, Dale, I hear you. You, but you need to relax. You're not even moving right now, okay? We're figuring out where we're going next. And I think you were trying to say something, Lockjaw.
Can I do, or did Lockjar Lockchar
Lockjaw.
Here-
I apologize.
Lockjar is what
I
kids
took
called
that.
him on the playground when they wanted to be mean.
I mess up
Hmm.
everyone's names, so it's in character.
Yeah.
But I apologize.
Did he overhear any of their conversations?
Roll perception.
Okay.
I am trying to.
Also, Chelsea, I cannot emphasize enough how much I need your side eye to be an emoji because it is beautiful. It was perfection.
17.
17, you absolutely did overhear their conversation.
And while they're kind of chitter-chattering, he's just gonna, Helena, 2 blocks down to the left.
Why are we treating her like Siri?
Fine, I got this.
Live her life.
Helena, you remember your left. You put your hand up and you see the L, right?
Helena, would you like to take like a break or something? Because I like horses too. We're really cool.
Yes, when we get to the stables, we can all take a break with the horses.
Okay. I'll sit down then. That's fine. You don't need my help. You're absolutely right. Such a independent woman we have here.
I mean, given that you're only going 2 blocks, your rest is sort of short-lived.
So independent that we're all telling her what to do.
Much independence. Very independent.
I felt really good offering you 2 blocks of rest.
Right.
Okay. I wanted to emphasize how generous I was.
You're on like a 12-hour road trip, and like the last 20 minutes, you're like, oh, I can drive.
Yeah, you're
need a
tired.
break?
Let me take the rest of the way. It's like 10 minutes.
God, I feel like a jerk.
Yeah.
All right.
Just like
Or no,
pounding on my
Helena's
chest, trying
carrying,
to get like awakened again.
Yeah.
Helena's carrying like all the bags, and Zod just grabs like the lightest pocketbook. Okay, I got it.
You with that.
Yeah.
It's fine. Guys, I got the water bottle. It's okay. I've got
Helena, if
it.
you need to take a break,
poured
you should have
water on
just
myself.
said so.
Oh, you already got
you.
the check? I was okay. You want me to leave tip?
Oh my God. Okay.
Leaves a dollar.
I
No,
sit down.
you leave
I
60
think it's
cents.
just her signature and it says you're welcome.
Yep.
I don't.
She leaves the
insult
change.
Helena any further.
Oh,
Helena got this. Oh, that's so funny.
Oh god.
But Zah is full like, okay, guess you got it then, and sits down.
So the Wailing Walrus is something that you hear significantly before you roll into the drive-through stables where the valet takes your horses and cart. There is a lot of sort of raucous tavern singing. There is a really nice spiced smell of some kind of really good hearty stew coming from the area, and it just seems like a really lively, happening place. It also advertises that it has 15 types of ale on tap.
Yeah.
I immediately turn back to the carriage and I look inside and I do a head check.
You do find all 4 of the members of the White Serpents.
I'm saying, Ash, 1, 2, 3, and get out of here. Come on.
Ash kind of like walks out.
Ash, 1, 2,
You don't
3.
tell me what to do. I do
Don't
all
you
of things.
talk to me like that, young man.
I do what I want.
I will take you back home, and you will not perform tonight if you talk to me with that tone.
And a clown nose starts to grow on Za.
Do I perceive this?
He sticks his tongue out, but it does like the little snake, like the thing.
I want to know if I perceive this at all.
The nose or the tongue thing.
Whatever is not right on my face.
I mean, your passive perception is 20, so
It's
probably.
lit. So I see this right away, and I turn to you, Lakshar. I'm like, if you want to wrangle it up, then get over here and do it. And then I'll go ahead and I'll stand back and I'll just.
And once again, Lakshar is going to flourish off to the ground. So I'll roll a
Flourish check.
flourish check.
But I can't.
Excuse me. Yes, I would
acrobatics?
like to roll an impressiveness check. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So he rolls the 16. I roll a 16.
Okay. Again, you're able to land on your feet. It's you adequately do whatever kind of strange parkour flip you are trying to get done.
With thaumaturgy, he makes the carriage door fly open.
Man, you really using these cantrips.
Oh yes, I'm gonna have fun with this.
Use those cantrips.
And then with thaumaturgy again, he's gonna go. Get out! We're at your hotel now.
Roll intimidation. Though I will mention that Ash is already out because he had to fight with Za.
That's fine.
You better be. Now go upstairs.
Intimidation. Okay, this is actually not bad. Wow, I'm rolling really well. 18.
Yeah. The other 3 members of the band all, file out and sing in sort of a single file. The bassist carrying his bass, the guitarist, which is Ash, he already has his guitar. Basically, everyone comes out with their stuff except for, the drummer only has his sticks, and the person who is the vocalist can't really go anywhere without their instrument. So
the drummer's still on the cart?
The drummer has his little sticks, and he's come out, but he just kind of, again, staring out, and he just kind of
once
reads in and goes, "It's fine, man. We don't have to fight. It's cool. It's all right."
Oh no, we're not.
And since you all have been so well behaved, you may have some drinks tonight.
Wait. What? That was not on their baby.
They have to get to the gig sober.
You do.
We have a whole nother day of travel, Za.
As you're saying this, they have already filed in and begun to drink.
Oh my
Makesher with them.
You're drinking too, Makesher?
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Helena is absolutely going and getting a drink.
Helena, keep them from never mind.
Makesher is absolutely going to walk up and be like, "Do you guys have cosmopolitans?"
Right.
Bubbles. Definitely bubbles.
I watch that happen, and I just walk up to the horses, and I speak with animals, of course, and I'm like, "Potato, I don't deserve this treatment, okay? And Dale, Clyde, I know your feet hurt, so just chill. They're going to take you in the back, but Squash, I heard what you said back there on the road, all right? You have to keep that to yourself. And I know we're like carrying a whole bus of children, but we're going to make it through. Now I'll let everybody know what your allergies are, and we'll make sure everything's in check. If their hay isn't right, you just shout, all right? All right, thank you."
And Lakshar has strode after the rest of the group.
I make sure all of our stuff is like taken care of, and then I go inside and I judge everyone.
I mean, what else do you do at parties and bars?
So you said they have 12 different ales on tap?
They
What you
do
said?
indeed. They also
Yes.
offer a flight where you can have all 12 in very, very small amounts.
Oh no.
I want that to start.
Flights are so cool.
Wonderful. Since your drinks and food have already been paid up in your account, they come up and they just lay the flight in front of you without any questions. It does go from lightest to darkest drink.
Do they have any wine?
They do, in fact. However, the kinds of wines that they have are all local specific, so you're not entirely certain if they're going to have anything particularly fancy.
And Lockchar will just order the order the fanciest sounding wine.
It has the fanciest name, but it's actually the cheapest.
Yes.
That's perfect.
They pour it from a box under the bar.
Yes.
It's literally just like a it's cool, it's fine.
It's called Franzusa.
Jesus Christ.
You're taking it, and you're swirling it, and you're sniffing it, and doing all the things like
He is doing.
You can see the particulates from
Oh
the
no.
wine.
Oh no!
Yeah, he thinks it's the classy. Like he's sitting back, like legs crossed, feet up on the table, like he's the freaking king, and he's drinking
He's
the
got his
cheapest
boba
wine.
wine.
Oh,
Yes,
Jesus Christ.
yes.
Boba wine. I thought I heard
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I grossed myself out, if that's any consolation.
My stomach did turn. It did.
Fair, and reasonable.
I don't drink wine, so that shows you what I know.
Constitution.
Generally, you don't want particulates in it.
No, I know. I'm aware of that. I'm just
Okay,
saying,
good.
me, not
I
Lockchar.
didn't know how
Me
much-
personally, Scott personally doesn't drink wine.
Got it.
Ah.
You got to talk about its full-bodied legs. That's important.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, he's
All
not
you
even.
need to say are full-bodied and hints of oak, and everyone
Yep.
will think you know what you're
Yep.
talking about.
And he is just drinking and like reading his book
Wonderful.
as far away from the common people as he can be.
He's trying to find the VIP section, only to find there is none.
Yeah, even like tries to demand a VIP section, and they just like push a table aside.
And then they just
I wanna-
kind of like do this.
I want to take my entire flight of all 12 glasses and sit down with the band and be very excited about drinking and completely unaware that they should not be drinking. And just very happy
Wonderful.
about that.
So all of them are drinking.
I gave him
heavily
permission to drink.
alongside you in your flight.
Heavily? Heavily? I'm just confirming. Heavily. Okay.
Yes, heavily was
Wait.
said.
Can we
Heavily-
stop at a
Listen.
can we get their bedtime in at least 10 o'clock? Can we cut this? Let me know when it's 10 o'clock and my character will be like, all right, guys, it's time to go.
No, you cannot play another round of Mario Kart. You have to go to bed.
Gotta go to bed. Just let
when
me know.
when it's their bedtime and Zaz goes up to like collect them up, Lockchar uses a thaumaturgy to make like an alarm bell.
So as they're drinking and you guys are drinking and everyone's sort of having like a fun, kind of relaxing time, it's cut through by the sound of a chair. And when I say a chair, I mean a chair being broken over a nearby tavern goer. You see Ash holding the remains of the chair, red in the face, and saying, "You want to say that again? You want to say that again?" The other bandmates have gotten up and have also grabbed various tankards and chairs, and one of them grabbed a halfling that he's sort of wielding like a club. And in that moment, a huge tavern brawl breaks out. You guys hear glasses smashing. You smell alcohol soaking into the wood of the floors. You hear cacophony, and you hear the screams of the halfling as he's being whipped into various tavern goers left and right like a broadsword.
So Mikesha is going to jump up on whatever stage, like the bar, the stage, whatever happens. And she is going to say, "Okay, I think it's time for everyone to go to bed." and she's gonna cast sleep.
Mhm.
Okay, what there's
At
there's
level
like 12
2.
people in there. How much
Yep.
HP can you
Enough.
affect? Oh, okay.
No.
She's gonna focus on. Oh, I guess because it doesn't matter. You don't get to choose for sleep.
It's whoever has the lowest amount, which at this point is probably the halfling. He's taking bludgeoning damage by himself.
That poor girl.
So
Lockchar actually like he sees the halfling like getting swung around. He's like, never seen that one before.
I
And
was expecting him to be like, yes, yeah.
No, he's not like internally he's loving it, but he's still trying to like appear aloof.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast like Entangle, if that's okay. If I get a turn,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
whenever.
Is
whenever
there-
that happens.
Is
No,
any of
I do need to know how much HP Macashare can do with sleep.
41.
Right.
oh boy.
You actually might be able to get this whole bar asleep. Hold on.
I cast it
If
at
you
level
do
2.
that,
so.
then I stop.
Yeah, actually, with that and a soft and just this very soft, soothing sort of lullaby chime in the air, a soft silver mist fills the room, and with a loud, unified thunk, everybody that is involved in this bar just collapses.
Does that include us or
No, the four of you
Okay.
have the highest
Okay.
HP, so you actually weren't affected.
Yes. All right. So I'm going to go over and collect one bandmate under one arm and the other bandmate under another arm and start to carry them up to their room where they need to go.
As you begin carrying them up, the bartender, who was originally hiding inside one of the barrels, sort of pops it open and you know, what wades out. He's soaked in purple and smells terrible, but he now goes, excuse me, we have no fighting policy. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to ask you guys to leave.
Loki? God, I keep doing that.
Loki.
No, just embrace it.
Lockchar strides up to the bartender, and he's going to do this again, and he's going to cast suggestion, and say, "I suggest you let us go to our rooms."
It's 13?
Wisdom 13.
Wisdom 13? All right, cool. Just fails it. He kind of like stands down and I guess you are already paid up through the night. Just please don't start any more trouble.
We won't.
I'm just,
Helena,
like, under my breath.
upstairs.
I told
As
you.
she's already going upstairs.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was
Right.
halfway up the stairs.
Yeah.
So-
He goes to like command her, and he's like, "Oh, she's already on it."
Yeah.
I feel like half of their interactions are Elena doing something and Lockchar just being like, yeah,
Yes.
yes,
that.
do that
Yeah.
thing."
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So I'm
Like
gonna
when you're
put-
trying to make it look like, you know, you're like actually training your dog and you're like, go
He's-
over there,
He's
smell that grass.
He's
that poop off the
absolutely
ground.
he is absolutely trying to make it look like he's the one in charge.
Yeah,
Amazing.
he's super duper not at this point. It's probably
Like
his
like
dog.
if we're in the plains somewhere, he'll find like a foot rock to step on, just so he's taller than everyone.
Beautiful.
He
I
walks
pick
in
up
with like
Blake.
platform boots, so he's just like
Yeah.
uniformly taller all the
No,
time.
he got rid of the platforms. He twisted his ankle bad one time. No more
Oh, that's
platforms.
bad. That's really
Or-
bad.
Yeah,
I
so I
pick
want
up
to get
Ash
two of the
three.
bandmates up into the
Yeah.
room, and I want to like very securely like tuck them into their beds, like fully
Oh.
like
Burrito blanket.
It's
I see.
delightful.
I drag Ash number 3 up the stairs.
Are you
I'm
just calling them all Ash?
Yes, Ash.
Ash 1, Ash 2,
Ash.
Ash 3.
He gave me the most lip, so they're all Ash now.
The only
yeah.
one you remember.
Yeah.
All
I remember
right.
when there was like Mash. Yeah. Was
mashed.
there a Mash?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
there
there's
was
a Sean,
Oh, that child. Yes. Sean. And then
Izu.
that one is
Mash.
really just different for the rest. Yeah. So yeah, Izu. Right. So I drag them up and we'll figure this out once we get upstairs.
All right. So of all of them, Izu is probably the largest, definitely lengthwise. So dragging them up is a challenge, but obviously you guys are seasoned professionals and know what you're doing.
Lockchar does not help at all.
Yeah, Lockchar just sort of watches, sort of.
And just kind of scans the room to see if anyone's like fake sleeping or if anyone wakes up or anything like that.
Roll perception for that.
Okay. 12.
You don't think anybody's pretending to sleep. You could be right, you could be wrong, but you don't think so.
Yeah. Oh, he absolutely doesn't think so.
He's just like looking around like.
Seems legit.
All right. So with the 4 band members tucked away, what is it that you guys want to do to round out your night?
I go and I do my skincare routine because it's been a long day and bar fights are not good for the pores. And I get my eye mask and I lay down after thoroughly searching the bed for anything that looks weird, because that's beds can be gross, especially if they're not your bed.
It's a pretty high-class establishment. You don't really see anything weird and sideways in the bed.
No bed bugs.
Yes. Oh my God.
No.
Thank God. All right. After
I cast Speak with Animals to talk with the bed bugs. And ask them to leave.
All right. Yes.
Oh,
I hate it.
That's
no, there's a possum under the bed. Come on.
I go, is anyone there? Speak with animals. And then after
Are you there, animals? It's me, Zah.
Hi. Get out. Thank you. After that, I tell everyone, okay, guys, good night. Remember, 9 a.m. call time. Make sure to be asleep and up, or you will be left. Thanks.
Before Zah goes to bed, Makesha is going to say, I think you might have been right about the no drinking.
You think? You only think? You know, most times I am right, and I really hope we don't pay for this later. We were lucky that we didn't get kicked out.
Yeah.
As they're talking, Lockchar walks by. They'll have a whole day to recover, and when they're hungover, they're much more docile.
I hope you're right about that, because if I lose 100 gold for them just drinking and starting a fight with a halfling as a sword, I am going to be more than upset.
The contract specifically
was really clever.
That was
very smart for Ash number 2. I was not expecting that cognitive ability to come.
That was entirely interesting. Probably should teach Helena that.
Does Helena hear this?
So Helena has left because she has taken care of the bandmates she was part of. She's gone back down and has proceeded to drink all of the abandoned drinks that were not overturned from all the sleeping patrons. And then,
Yep.
I am so glad I'm not witnessing this, because I would scream. I'd be like, Helena! Oh my God!
One big pitcher and pour all of the different beers into... And I'm gonna take that lovely brew that I've made of all the different ones that are free and walk it out to the stable, and I'm gonna sleep out with the horses.
Hurling.
You made grog.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Helena's a half orc. She'll be fine.
Long
I
Island
was
beer.
half.
Long Island Ale. Yep, I made my Long Island Ale.
Beautiful. Since I don't notice this at all, I say, well, hope Helena's doing okay. And I go to sleep.
Well, not my problem.
Yep.
So, Lockchar, after Zah and Makasher go to their rooms, he'll actually like sneak out and just check where the horses are to see if Helena is actually still out there.
Is he sneaking past my room? Because I'll hear it. Maybe. And I have a Hawkeye because I'm making sure these children stay in their room.
Lockchar, are you going to sneak past their rooms, or are you already downstairs?
What's that?
Are you going to sneak past their rooms, or are you already downstairs?
I would say
leave us and go downstairs, because that would make this, yeah.
Well, no, like after
not your mom
he would wait until y'all like head toward your rooms, and he would start heading towards his, and then just as he hears both your doors close, he'll
Okay.
turn.
The
and...
classic teen sneak out of the house move.
Mhm.
See you.
Well, no, he doesn't actually want to like indicate that he cares, but he does. He actually like he thinks Helena's useful, so he actually wants to check on her.
Like your favorite, you know,
Is that what it is?
like a handy axe or something. Yeah. I like that. Oh, I like you.
He knows a fighter is useful.
For I am a squishy warlock.
Yes, for I am a squishy warlock.
So, Elena, you are going to be down at the stables, aren't you?
Yep. Very
What you doing?
contently drinking my grog, talking to the horses.
He's not actually gonna like make himself seen. He's just gonna like kind of peek around, and then like when he sees Helena just sitting there drinking, he's just gonna go.
I'm telling them the glorious tales of my battles and the notches in my belt.
You don't have speak with animals, correct?
No, not at all. I'm just talking.
Okay, perfect.
And it's
So the
drunk
horse-
and it's rambling. And it's just like, you guys, it was so good. So good.
I will talk to Helena in the morning.
She's the chick after last call.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll talk to Helena in the morning and say, you know, like Dale and Clyde appreciate your stories, but Squash really isn't into that kind of stuff. It makes him queasy. So just like think about that. But that'll be
Especially
in the
because
morning.
Horses being queasy is a bad thing because, fun fact, horses cannot vomit.
Oh my god. Oh, you know what?
Yeah,
I've
for
never
real,
seen
they
a horse
can't.
vomit. I really
Wow.
haven't. So
Yeah,
what
they
is
Did
the
not
one
know
animal?
that.
I didn't mean to do fun, gross animal facts today.
No, it was good.
but-
I
Hey,
do
you know
the
what?
same.
We do it all. We do
Yeah,
it
We
all.
do it all here.
It's great.
Welcome
This is
to
what-
our education.
welcome to Dragon Con Digital Media. We do
Yes.
streams. We do education. We do D&D. Let's go.
Oh, rats either. Oh, look at that. We're learning stuff from the chat.
I mean,
love that.
honestly, rats make sense. They got a lot going on.
Yeah.
vultures
Yes,
do it.
Stephanie.
Okay, you know what? Let me not
What
derail
do they
this.
do when their tummy hurts?
They
That's
die
right.
for the most part.
Yeah. That's why you have to be really careful with how much you feed them.
I think you broke
'cause
Steph.
They
Yeah,
will
they
eat
die.
them. They'll eat themselves to death.
The rats
There's
or
a-
the horses?
The
The
horses.
Oh my god.
There's a billboard along. I just got back from the Outer Banks in North Carolina, and there's a billboard along the highway
Just
that
flex
says
on us. why don't
apples and carrots kill wild horses, do not feed. And it always makes me laugh because like apples and carrots will also kill me. So it just makes me really feel like one with these sweet wild
You
horses.
embrace that horse, yeah.
You are one
Just
with
like-
the horses.
Just start
You and
singing
me
"We Are
both."
One." You are one. You and
So what I'm
I,
hearing is you
we
have missed
are
the opportunity to make your true alternate persona, which is a centaur.
Yeah, I
Pretty
feel like I
much.
missed that. Nice.
Hmm.
So you check on them,
Shoot.
and I am up for like a few hours, regretting that I didn't discuss a rotation with all of you, so we can make sure they stay on their beds. But I will be checking before midnight. At midnight, I will be checking their room, and then I'll go to sleep.
After checking on Helena, Lockchar has just gone back to his room and he's sleeping.
So, Za, in the middle of the night, you are going to be awoken specifically because your passive perception is the only one that even gets close to being able to do this.
Oh no!
There's some kind of strange, familiar smell. Upon a moment, you realize that it is two things. Thing number one, coal oil. Thing number two, burning stuff.
Oh my god! Okay. I get up, I take off my mask, and I pull out my earplugs. I'm like, oh my god, are we burning? So I like run out, and what do I see when I open my door?
As you fling the door open, you see the hallway has erupted in flames. It appears that the whole inn is on fire.
Oh my god! Everyone, wake up! We're burning alive! Lockchar! Oh my god! Where's Helena? Did she even make it to her room? I didn't even look. Boys, Ash! And
Lockchar
Mhm.
Lockchar comes, not stumbling, but like he comes walking out of the room, like still kind of groggy. Like, what are you going up? What? And he sees the fire.
Fire? And then I go and I look. Do I see the boys' rooms?
You do. The four of them are all standing there, and they're kind of posing dramatically, like looking around.
Okay. We don't
One
have
of the they're all gonna kind of look. So Sean is going to look at you and go, "What do we do?" It appears
Get
that
behind me right now. Roll out. Let's go. Hands in my pockets.
they run up and he immediately like swan dives his hands into your pockets, and then
Beautiful.
each of them behind him swan dive their hands into their
This is
pockets like they're
great.
doing
I'm
like a fun
imagining this.
conga line of snakes.
So
That's how you do it.
Lockchar uses thaumaturgy and to amplify his voice and go, Helena! Fire!
Elena, who I imagine at this point is passed out in the barn.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I was gonna say I don't think I'm hearing anything.
-2
Yeah.
perception. I can see it. Oh no.
Even,
Yeah, I'm
even
gonna tell you
like,
right now, with her passive perception and the fact that she is absolutely knocked out in the barn, I can't imagine she hears you.
So you yelled that out. What do the flames look like?
My knee jerk was fire, but I don't think that's what you're asking. So specifically, what do you mean?
They look like they're fire. All right.
Yes, it is. It is
like-
fire.
Like okay, so in the hall that we're in, are
Mhm.
we blocked in any way? Are there flames like on the walls only, or is it just smoke? Do I see fire? Like
There
I
is actively fire on the walls and creeping up the wooden staircase from downstairs. It appears that the fire is sort of all around and coming in, which is an interesting way for fire to do. However, there is a straight shot to a window at the end of the hallway that leads to the back end near the stables.
Stables. Hey. Yes. So I say I'm jumping through the window, and I'm gonna go and run towards this window while I think of something that will soften our fall.
before, as she starts to run, Lockchar's just going to shoot an Eldritch Blast at the window to blow it out.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And
Right.
Makashare?
Yeah, she's going to like she loves sleeping. So
Same.
this is going to be very disorienting, and she's basically just going to kind of like stumble and feel her way out of like as like almost like falling into the boys to push them along because she's not truly awake through this.
Okay.
Fair and valid.
Like, oh god, it's so
I feel like the
hot in
exploding
here.
of the window might wake you up.
Yeah.
Look, if
it's-
the building being on fire doesn't wake her up, I'm not.
I mean,
Right.
fair. That is fair. That is fair.
Not even
it's
urgent.
just so hot and like, oh god, can we? The air conditioning must be broken.
I get sleepy when it's warm too, man. I'd sleep
Yeah.
through fire and die. That's a reasonable way to go.
Jesus
All
Christ.
right.
When you
So Zara,
break-
you have had adequate time to think as you sprint
Yes.
with this little trail of Yonti ducklings like clinging
So,
to you.
as
In
we run through
shame.
this like fire and the window blasts open, I cast speak with animals, and I go, potato, squash, climb down, bring out the carriage right now, and wake up Helena. Where's Helena? And I'm like leaning over the window yelling.
Helena's in the stable.
I'm like,
So-
oh, you knew? I had no idea. So what do I see outside the window?
So you see outside the window, none of the other buildings in the town seem to have anything wrong with them. You don't see even really lights for the most part, given how, late at night it is.
Are we
You
like
do
a
see
ghost
sort
town
of the
or
rough outline of two of the horses. Since they're not hooked up to the cart, they're sort of dragging it out by like grabbing it with their teeth and just sort of like backing out. I like that I've invented a new dance just now. Potato is sort of like gently snuffling on Elena's face to kind of get her up and moving.
sweet
You know how
potato.
the horse woke up Aragorn in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Yep.
Only significantly drunker. The fourth horse is sort of backing it up, trying to help push the cart on the other side, mostly so that the horses don't rip their teeth out of their little horsey skulls.
Right. Oh my god, I don't want them to rip their teeth. I'm like, guys, be gentle with yourselves. It's just I need you guys. I look around like I'm just flustered. I'm like, do I see anything below us? What does it look like around the building? Are there any like signs that I can grab onto?
So there are a couple
this
of
thing.
those little jutting plant dealios that like are those metal fixtures that you can hang plant baskets from. There are a couple that are lining the outside. You also see underneath you a rain barrel that is being fed into from, you know, the gutters. Gutters is the word I'm looking for.
That's the word. Yes.
As well as a couple of unidentifiable burlap sacks.
Unidentifiable. That's terrifying. Okay.
Yep.
So I know people like to jump out of windows onto horses, but that will destroy your pelvis. So
It'll also kill the horse.
it will kill the horse
It's
and
bad
a lot
for
of
their backs.
other things. So that's definitely not going to work. But I don't think I'm strong enough to like hold 4 people by my arms with a whip. So
Well, we're on the second floor. How big of a drop is it?
I look at the boys and I'm like,
Like,
I give them like a
one
good once
story,
over.
maybe 2.
Say again?
Say like 20 feet.
1 story, maybe 2.
One story. I give them a once over. Do they look particularly like ripped?
The horses?
They look. No, the boys.
The band.
Ash.
The band?
Yeah.
So, yes, they essentially have the physiques of what happens when your entire life is based partially around your singing talent and significantly more around your physical aesthetic appeal.
Great. Okay.
Yikes. Makesha is waking up a little bit, and she has an idea that came entirely from the 1990s animated classic, The Chipmunks' Great Adventure.
Oh, no.
Okay.
And she wants to do a plan check if she ties the tails of these snake boys together and then has them like make a rope down outside. Is that like a thing we can do?
Snake boys.
Snake boys.
Excuse me, little snake boys.
Do they look like snakes? Like
So,
they're
Yanti
Yanti, right?
purebloods. Yeah, Yanti purebloods. So there are 3 kinds of Yanti. There are the like gross abomination ones. They're the ones that you're probably thinking of, which are like person body, snake tail. Then there are the purebloods, which are basically humans with a skin condition and snake eyes and mouths.
Oh,
Okay.
I wanted them to be the ones with tails.
Right.
If you want to try and like tie their hair or something or their clothes together, that could also work. Although I will tell you that
I'm gonna go ahead.
probably really
gonna
hurt
look at
to have
the
part of your
boys.
spine tied up.
I'm gonna look at the boys and say, hey, so building's burning right now, and we don't have to freak out. I've got it all under control. All right. So we're gonna take this lovely little swing, and I'm gonna cast Thorn Whip. I'm gonna be like, we're gonna take this lovely little swing and we're gonna use it. Are you listening, Ash number 2? Listen, pay attention. We're gonna use this to get out. So I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna whip this. It's 10 feet. The whip itself. So I'm gonna whip this. The plant thing that you're talking about. I know I'm gonna have to perform some sort of acrobatics or something, but we're gonna try to figure it out.
Did we have a long enough time to get a full rest? Out of curiosity.
You had enough time
That's
to
a
get a
good-
full rest, yeah.
That's a good question. Thank you.
Okay. So like while you're kind of talking to them and figuring this out, Lockchar's going to go to the whichever one's in the back of the Snake Boys.
I like how
he's
we're
gonna
not
put it-
calling them the band name. It's just the snake.
I know. I'm so
Snake
sorry.
boys.
Their name is
Thought they
not
were
their name's not important to him.
It's perfect. I think the Snake Boys sounds like a band anyway.
Probably is. And he's gonna put his hand on on whatever one's in the back on their shoulder and cast
Okay.
Misty Step.
Hey, nice spell. I'm gonna get the whip. I'm gonna whip my way.
And
okay.
I think I have 2 spell slots, so I can do that twice. Or no, I can only get the one out, I think.
All right, so the rest of you who
You're
are
night
lucky
crawler.
enough.
Huh?
Yeah, you're Nightcrawler.
You're,
yeah.
you're Nightcrawler. Forgive me, Chelsea. You were saying.
No, yeah. I'm gonna be like, okay, so watch this. All right, and you have to do exactly as I do it, or you will die. So I'm gonna try to
No pressure.
somehow figure this out. Just make this happen.
And after his misty step, and he gets the one boy down by the carriage, he's gonna go over to. Is Helena still sleeping?
Oh, Helena's awake.
Oh, thank
No,
God.
she's been woken up by the snuffling affections of Potato.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
Potato woke me up. So I figured I was helping to push the carriage the rest of the way out of the barn and get it set.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Oh,
and Lockjar's going to direct Helena to where the window was, where Zaz at, and again thaumaturgy up. Helena can catch them too.
Awesome. Yes, that's what I was hoping. All right.
Come, tiny bands.
Lockjar is like
Alright.
my mom, constantly volunteering for things that my relatives need done.
The whole time he's doing this, he is just swearing under his breath in abysmal. Like it's just an endless string of curses. I don't think anyone else speaks, or not in abysmal. I'm sorry, infernal. Does anyone speak infernal? Okay, so yeah, he's just like cursing up a storm and just if you want anything done, you have to do it yourself. I can't trust these
The walls
idiots.
slowly start like melting with demonic
God,
energy,
okay.
'cause it sounds like you're summoning Annabelle.
Well, here we go. I'm gonna try.
No, it's not. He's not. None of that's happening. But yeah, well, yeah, it does.
Actually,
F it.
I'm gonna go and try to jump onto the top of this carriage if it's under the window with our thorn whip, like Catwoman. Yes, that's the
Yeah.
goal.
That's going to be an acrobatics roll.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Woo! Yeah.
Hey, that is enough to make it. You are able to do like a cool little flip, and you like land superhero style on top of the cart pretty majestically.
And then Ash falls to the side.
I turn around and I say, "Now I know you won't be able to like do it that way, but just picture it in your mind. Hurry up, or you will roast to death." And I'm just like,
So
"What?"
So there's two left, right?
Yes.
There's
correct.
two left. So Izu is just going to kind of like look blankly, and he's going to jump stiffly, like kind of like hopping with his legs still together, and he just lands, and he kind of makes a soft sound upon landing.
I look him once over, and
Did we hear any sort of crack or anything?
Right. I'm dusting him off, and I'm looking at him like I'm appraising like an object or a purse, and I'm like, "Okay, do you look good? Are you all right? Scratches? No.
He
Okay.
seems fine, but his knees are kind of shaking.
Helena, you were supposed to catch him.
So I'm gonna yell up to the last snake boy and say, "To me, snake boy."
I do cure
it's gonna be
wounds
like-
on Izu.
Okay, just like don't stress, man. It's all gonna be fine. It's all right. And he's gonna like turn backwards and fall like this.
Oh my
out of-
God.
out of the
Crossball.
window.
Oh
He's doing-
no!
He's
Crossball.
doing it like he's at a company retreat.
Trust
I'm
ball.
like, "Oh no!" I yell out.
All right, Ellen, I'm gonna need you to roll a strength check.
Oh my God!
All right. we got that.
Falls backward. Thwomp.
Oh, he's fine. I got a 21.
Woo!
Oh yeah, he's perfectly fine. You catch him like a pretty princess. And
I'm just gonna
everything
stroke his
seems
head just a
generally-
little bit. Say, there, snake boy. There. And like, just take him and put him.
Thanks,
to the
man.
cart.
And while the rest of them are kind of cleaning up, so to speak, Lockjar is going to look around and see if he sees anyone.
Same.
Just
I'm gonna talk
nearby.
to the animals as well and be like, hello. Some warning would have been nice. I didn't hear a neigh, anything. Did you see anyone light this building on fire?
Clyde sighs and is like, "We were so bored by the stories. We had no idea what was going on. We We fell asleep. I'm so sorry, Miss Saw.
It's okay. I'll find out who's done this.
Lakshar?
So as everyone was jumping out of the thorn whip, Makesher was tying knots in all of her scarves.
We absolutely forgot her up there.
It's fine. She wasn't truly
Every man for himself.
since she like looked at the snake boys' butts, and since they didn't have tails, she abandoned that idea and used her scarves instead. So she kind of just like is very like dreamily like climbing down, like sliding down her
All right.
scarf.
Gotta maintain that aesthetic.
Yeah,
So
I
made it.
Glockchar has Devil's Sight, meaning he can see into darkness up to 120 feet. So he's scanning the around the horizon to see if he sees anybody, like any suspicious
I'm gonna have you
people or
roll an
anything like that.
investigation check.
Okay.
Also, while he's doing that, I'm assuming I would like to hook up the horses, but also I have low light vision, so I'd like to look around and see if anything is impeding our path.
So I finally had a bad roll. I
Yeah.
rolled a 6. I rolled a 2. There you go.
Like that.
I rolled a 2,
Perfect.
so I got a 6.
So, though you are able to see into the dark night, you're not really able to see a whole lot past the, burning of this of the inn. You do all, though, still smell that oil. Elena, you are going to get everybody hooked up, and you don't see anybody in the town. The streets are completely empty. The soft light of both the burning inn as well as the street lamps illuminates enough that there's nobody. Almost not even
I'm detecting
shadows.
magic. Do I
Okay.
detect any magic at all?
You do not.
This is really weird, guys. I do another head check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you guys need
You count.
snacks?
One of them, yeah, you got snacks.
I do, and I hand him an assortment of berries and nuts.
He is very excited for all forms of food. And as you
Okay,
guys
good.
gear up into the car,
Yep.
Cart.
it's what it is. The cart. Are you all going to ride off to your next destination? Or do you want to do
I'm
anything else
looking
here before
at everything very strangely. I talked to everybody. I'm like, did you smell that?
But there's nobody in town.
No, I'm looking
I mean, there
for
are people
everybody.
you assume in the
Like-
buildings, but there's nobody in the streets.
That's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
It's like probably like
pitch black.
early morning, like
It's
Oh,
like
it was
3 in the
midnight.
morning.
I was gonna say.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It smelled like oil, but like not the nice kind of oil, like the gross kind of oil.
Yeah, not like, the one I use for my hair. Ugh.
Yeah, like the kind that you use for cars.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
I don't
lamps.
know.
Lamps is a thing that you would use oil for in this setting.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely forgot. I mean, do you
And while
guys-
they're talking, Lockchard has pulled out a comb and is like slicking his hair back to normal.
Oh my god.
It was a mess before, but
I'm just imagining him doing like
Anyone's-
that greaser sort of comb that.
Oh
Perfect.
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
Did
And
the
not that I
burning
would
oil-
know what, not that I know what that's like. but I can imagine.
You didn't even check
Did the
on
burning oil
end
smell like
guy.
something familiar? Like, is there something that was
Would I
unique about it?
recognize that? Yeah.
Would any of us?
I'm trying to think. I
rolled a
will have
16.
you roll for what?
I said I rolled a 16. I didn't know what you would want to roll for, but I figured it was worth a dice roll.
Jumping the gun. Jeez.
I mean, honestly, a 16 passes the DC regardless of what I say. So, coal oil is very frequently used in either forges or lamps. It's like coal, but oil. And I don't want to sound like sarcastic when I say that, but you use it pretty much exclusively for fire. It's not like
Right.
certain other kinds of flammable liquids where there's another thing it can be used for. This is used for fire and only fire.
Guys, someone
we've
tried to
kind of
kill us.
we've started back on the road at this point, right?
I'm moving us very, very slowly through the town. Like, we're not speeding, we're just moving slowly,
Right.
but I'm also not totally sure exactly how I'm getting out of town, so we're just meandering towards the exit.
I look back at the boy band and I'm like, so do you guys have like crazy fans? Any like groupies? Because
So
that's not a good track
one of
record
them
for
looked-
it. We don't have a good track record for that. Yeah.
So Mash looks up and he's like, our fans are great, man. Like, you know, we're trying to keep this trip through a little bit quiet because some of them can get a little exuberant, but they're not gonna be involved in any of this.
Are they
They're
burning
Quiet like
down
starting a bar.
buildings?
Quiet like starting a bar fight.
Are they like burn down an inn enthusiastic? Cause I didn't sign up for that. I don't
They
Well,
wouldn't.
Lockjar's gonna smell like he's riding on the cart, but he's gonna like smell around and see if like there might be any trace oil on the cart.
That's good.
I thought you were about to say you smell the snake boys. And I was like, okay.
Just grab them and smell them.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
that's how
that
not
could
me
be
and my
part of
partner
it.
met.
Like what?
You don't.
That's
I'm
lit.
gonna
I
have
like
you roll investigation for smells. Smell.
I'm also gonna ask
Whoops.
Helena if she like saw anything last night. Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh,
That's a
Nothing.
20. That's a 22.
You smell no coal oil on the cart or in any of your gear. And
also he checks the snake boys.
the snake boys
Now
do
we
not
smell the
smell of
snake
coal
boys.
oil.
Okay.
None of them do. And as you guys ride your cart out of town, I'm going to give us a 5-minute break because I know some of us need to go to the bathroom.
Thank you.
I worked it in very, very nicely like that.
I should have been like, okay, everyone, it's time for a bathroom break. Thank you,
I
Dan.
need you to go before we leave.
Before we head out of town.
Too late.
Make sure to wash your hands. What?
Look, they were in a burning building, okay? Like,
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. Okay, I'll take a
like,
stretch break.
look, if there is an excuse time, that is the excuse time.
I was about to say. All right. Can I just pause? Okay, stop.
I wasn't expecting it to just be me hanging out here by myself like this. So, hey everybody. It's just my cats. My name's Alex. I DM Quid Pro Roll. I'm bad at silences. God, I wish we had like a intermission song. Wait, more animal facts? Let me think about particular animal facts that I can think of. I don't know if any of them are going to have quite the sonorous merit of horses can't throw up, but let's see. Let's see. That is not appropriate for Dragon. A lot of the facts I know are not super appropriate for DragonCon stream. Gosh. There are certain species of frogs that can change, and lizards. There's actually actually interestingly, there's an entire species of lizard that is all like genotypically female. Like all the lizards are girls. It's really weird that they reproduce by like altering their like genders to reproduce. It's very interesting, but they're all like naturally born female. It's a very weird lizard species. Let's see. More weird animal facts.
There you go.
Cats are delightful, and this is one that deserves many pets.
Yes. This is a sweet baby.
Oh, yes, like clownfish. Clownfish also change genders to reproduce.
You gotta give a purr into the microphone.
Otters hold hands when they're sleeping so they don't drift away from each other. They also have favorite pebbles. They will frequently collect like little pebbles, and they have little pouches like in their like fur and skin that they can tuck them away in.
So this is Vera. Rib. This is Vera. She's Snugglebug. Hi.
Such a good. That's the true potato right there. That's a
That
potato
is the
cat
true
right there.
Yes.
Yeah, there are turtles that breathe through their butts. Yes, that is a thing. I was trying to break the silence with animal facts, but most of the ones I know are not appropriate for Dragon Con. So I was trying to make it work. Oh,
feel like
the
animal
way that
facts are-
hippos, like, I don't want to say seduce other hippos because that's weird, but like their mating display
Okay, there we
for
go.
male hippos is that they poop and spin their tails around like propellers to fling as much of their waist around as they can. And apparently female hippos are like, yeah, that's what I like.
They're into it.
That's that good stuff.
Yeah,
my
that's how
fiance and I
that's like
watched a
hippos mating
documentary
displays.
on hippos like 12 years ago, and it was the most frightening thing that I've ever seen.
They're
and
monsters.
I had never been afraid of like a hippo before, but I watched this thing and I was like, that is the scariest animal on the planet.
Yeah.
Hands
Yeah, they're
down.
real
Hippos will
dangerous.
kill you. They're terrifying.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
1,000% agree.
Hilariously, there's actually like this picture that went really viral on the internet years ago of this dude like just like booking it away from this hippo, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's so cute. They're playing." And it's like, no, that is a seasoned park ranger who is about to be mauled to death by a hippopotamus.
Exactly. Yeah. They're not cute. They're murderous machines.
They are strong.
Okay,
And
look, they are
angry.
cute. They just will kill you.
They're cute from afar.
I think, yes, that distinction is important. They are cute at a distance.
Hopefully everyone
that's
out
fair.
there is enjoying the game and the animal facts and the kitten.
Yes.
So once
I'm
again,
just excited because
go ahead.
forgive me. I'm just excited because this is one of the first times I've ever done any kind of record or stream where one of those cats has not jumped up and dug their claws into my shoulder to be like, "Hello,
Oh
yes,
my God.
I am ready
I'm
for
here."
my close-up."
Yet.
Yeah,
You
so
said-
for those that don't know, we are from the Dragon Con digital media track, and we're doing this D&D one shot because Alex volunteered to be the DM as a
Yes.
way to get to know everybody, and we were like, well, since we're digital media, we have to stream it, of course.
Of course. Yeah.
But
There
you
is
can
no
stay
choice.
you can stay tuned to this page in the future when Dragon Con does come up, which is on Labor Day weekend. We will be streaming panels and other such content. We also have interviews done by Mike, one of our community members, that's up on the YouTube.
I hear he's very handsome.
If you're into that good-looking guy sort of thing, I suppose.
That's a plus.
But
Only
yeah,
bonuses.
so if you're watching this now, or if you're watching this on VOD, you can go to our YouTube page. Just look up Dragon Con digital media track, as it says in the upper part of the screen, and you can see all the content we've done from past Dragon Cons, and more stuff will come. So
We are also getting an ask for who the players are and our socials, which I am assuming means social media handles and not social security numbers. I won't be tricked again.
you're not getting that anyway. Do we want to do a quick reintroduction coming back from break then?
Yeah, we can go around.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Okay, Alex, you want to kick it
my-
off?
Absolutely. My name is Alex Smith. I am the co-owner of Alpha Comics and Games in Richmond, Virginia. I am also the dungeon master for the podcast Quid Pro Roll. which is a D&D 5e actual play podcast where I tried to make a very serious game about dragons, and then my players happened.
As opposed to this one shot.
I intended to make this weird.
Yes.
I am Stephanie Kruggles on the internet. I play on Adventure Incorporated podcast, which is an actual play 5e D&D podcast with the Serious Business Network. We also have a Shakespeare podcast, a Pokemon fact podcast, and
I hear he's very smart.
Yes, and a Survivor stream. So we do a lot of fun stuff. Definitely check us out.
And right on over to me. Hi, I'm Chelsea Bites. I am your human. Look at me. I'm about to say I'm your human cleric. I'm your human druid for this game, and I like to stream on my channel. Literally, Chelsea Bites on Twitch. We love to role play. I actually have run a few games on my stream, but we also like to do Damsel's Dice and everything nice on Pixel Circus. Also playing a short campaign called Dungeons and Durags with some players like Cypher of Tyr and Critical Bard. If you have heard of them, they're great. We'll also be doing some more role-playing content on the Walking Dead universe, literally right there on Twitch. So if you'd like to check out more cool horror content, and yes, I cannot say the word horror. It's like saying terror. Like I'm George Bush or something. But nice to meet you. Would love to see you roll by. I'll be streaming tomorrow through Friday, so come hang.
All right. I am Scott Moore. I am the audio producer for ATL by Night and the Blood Crow Stories. ATL by Night's live streamed Vampire the Masquerade live play every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. The Blood Crow Stories is a serialized horror podcast, much in the vein of American Horror Story. And Groove is for Life is my Twitter and my Twitch handle. I intend to start streaming more often, playing games and doing music stuff. Again, this is a treat for me because normally I'm behind the camera and audio equipment. I am one of the volunteers at Dragon Con, and I help run the tech. So this is the treat for me to be in front and just to get to play rather than to produce. So,
I enjoy.
Yeah. Heck yeah. I am Swan. I'm at a Swan named Emily across the internet. I am an artist. I have a live art stream I do most every Friday. So you can come hang out with me while I work on art. I'm also the leader of the Doodle Crew, where we do Doodle Crew Draw. And that is, you can follow us across the internet. All of the episodes of that are over on my YouTube. So if you search a Swan named Emily, those are all over there. I do a Sketching Shakespeare with Steph, and we are also on a podcast together. So you can search us in Addition Pod. So it is our podcast that we do in addition to everything else and all the projects.
And definitely check out In Addition. It is a fun show.
It is a fun show. We have good times.
Check out everybody's work. Everybody here does great stuff. I can only speak for them because I've seen their show.
Oh no,
but the people
are recommending my podcast and then like you listen.
I was
gonna
say,
oh my god, why have I been recommending this?
Quid Pro Quo is great. I love the Goblins and Growlers crew. So
yeah,
they are good boys.
It's a good digital media family. I haven't interacted with anybody who isn't awesome, so it's a good place to be.
Yeah, and we're
Everyone
all from
that isn't awesome has been taken out of the group,
eliminated,
removed,
disappeared, maybe.
Oh boy,
pruned,
and without further ado,
that was then burned.
I am.
It didn't so much as burn as it caught on fire. We don't know how, it just happened. Spontaneous combustion, it happens.
Yeah, you know how like there's a lot of controversy on whether or not spontaneous human combustion is a real thing. Well, spontaneous building combustion. We've all.
It's a problem. It's a problem. No one wants to talk about it, but it's a problem.
Taxes, and it's unacceptable, and I'm bringing it back up at the HOA council. Okay.
I'm gonna post about it on Nextdoor.
The council has been liquidated. Okay.
So we're leaving town.
Yes.
So
Boys,
you're
can
leaving
I ask
town.
you a question? When you started swinging halflings around, what was it that the other person was saying to you?
Helena wasn't
my
swinging
God.
the halfling.
I swung
So
nobody.
Ash kind of like looks up. He's like,
Oh.
I didn't swing any halflings, okay? It was Izu who swung the halflings. But like someone called me short, okay? I'm not short. I'm perfectly average height.
But does that like give you like an excuse to hit people?
Yeah, he started it.
But words aren't actual like, physical punches. So I'm gonna need you to keep that.
Sounds like small man complex to me.
Oh God.
You
Oh,
want to
boy.
say that again, Horn Boy?
Oh, I think he was referring to the person
I
who started
said
the fight.
it
The person
sounds
who started the
like
fight.
short people problems.
He doesn't mean you.
God, I need to know. I deeply
Ash.
hope. How tall is Lakshar? I just need to know. I would love it if he was like
I would
5'4".
love to know. Yes. Please tell me how tall
I actually
you
don't
are.
have. I don't have. I actually don't know. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say 5'8". I'm gonna say 5'8" because
Oh, you're not
he's
5'11. You're 5'8".
no. He's gonna be 5'8". He's gonna be enjoying being taller than someone.
So we'll look at you and we'll be like, "Oh, I thought you were like 5'4", but okay." Just to drew like just internet standards. Oh, you're not 6'1"? Yikes! Ooh.
Yeah,
And
I
how tall are
never-
you? Wait, how tall are your
Embarrassing for
characters?
you.
How tall are your characters?
This is us. If
Mukesh,
Oh
you're
my
6
God.
feet tall.
Guys, I'm having like,
actually
With or
violent
without
flashbacks
with
to
or
online
without
dating.
platforms.
I need this
I'm
to not be a
5'9".
thing.
With or without platforms.
I am an
Mukesh.
inch taller than you, and you will never cease to not know it because that's the kind of
He-
character I am.
He will absolutely resent Za for being 1 inch taller, and he won't
Yes.
he won't admit that she's taller.
As it should be, but I will know it. In the depths of your eyes, I'll feel it.
He does, and I'm assuming Helena. How tall is Helena? Since we're
6 foot
Well, it has to
7.
be the tallest.
Yeah.
Everyone's
gonna say.
taller than you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm humongous.
yeah. I absolutely accept this. I absolutely accept this. This is great. Lokchar hates all of. He's okay with Helena being taller because she's the muscle. So
right.
he's like he gives she gets a pass, but like you two, like that's why he always does the clown noses.
It's this way
Yeah.
I don't inherently respect you because
methinks he doth protest too much to the
He
short
absolutely-
Yanti.
you
He
really
absolutely
snap
does. He
Absolutely.
absolutely does. Absolutely.
So,
So
I
before
look at
this
you
is
both, and I'm like, "Do we need a timeout? Do we need a timeout? Helena, can we just stop the car for like the car? Can we stop the cart? Like
I
a
will turn
second?"
this cart around.
back to the
Keep
flaming
going.
building. We will go back to the inn
Keep-
that's on fire.
Keep going. I'm done with the shrimp, and walks away.
I look at Ash and I'm like, so I'm gonna need you guys to think really hard, ignore all of the noise, and just if you saw anything weird last night, make sure to let me know. If you have to write a letter, slip it in my bag. It can be very anonymous. So just keep that in mind, okay? Okay. I'm waiting.
So-
It doesn't take this long to
I'll-
fess up, everyone.
All of them just sort of stare at you, and again, Mashed is going to like, I didn't hear anything or see anything, man. It was just, I was sleeping, everything was okay, and then everything was on fire.
Very helpful. All right, you next.
All three of them just kind of like look and shrug at you in unison.
Okay, I think your name's Izu, and it's kind of crazy that I remember that, but you do a lot of staring, so there's no way you haven't seen something.
He kind of looks at you.
Oh my god.
Sean goes,
Rival
"Easy?"
bands.
That's a good
Not
question.
really. Not that I can think of anyway. No, honestly, Mr. Elko's never told us that we have any kind of rivals.
Have you had problems with Mr. Ilko?
Oh no. Mr. Elko, he's really the best. He takes care of us. He, makes all of our decisions. He handles all of our money. He really does everything for us.
Including booking the travel and knowing
Yeah.
everywhere you're going.
We don't have to worry about anything. It's great.
Lockjar kind of looks at Makasher and Za like,
So, do you think he has like insurance on these kids?
do we still have did we take the contracts with us, or he took them, right?
He took them.
I think he did.
Would Lockjar remember
We don't get paid
anything?
if they're dead.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but did Lockjar remember anything in the fine print? Because he looked very, very closely. Does he remember anything about dying, death, anything like that?
When you did the investigation check, what you were able to suss out was that if they arrive injured, drunk, or dead, you guys don't get paid. There were additional clauses to ensure the safety and protection of the band members.
And nothing for us.
I start looking for like a tracker on the cart. Even though that probably wouldn't like help, but still.
Also, is the cart moving while you're doing? Are you just like hanging like
outside?
Oh no!
Unless Helena did not care about me saying, "Hey, can we like stop the cart for a timeout?" Then absolutely.
I would say we'd gotten out of town for a little whiles, and we probably pulled off to the side.
We definitely stopped. Yeah, we definitely stopped.
Thank you, Helena.
All right, roll investigation.
Well, I didn't investigate anything because that was like a 4. So
everything looks tip top to you.
All right, guys. I don't see any like trackers or anything on the cart, so I guess we're not being followed.
Lockchar's gonna look at the boys. Are any of you hurt?
They kind of like look at each other. Are we hurt? Do you think we're hurt?
I look at Ash and I say, I know you're not hurt because I healed you for 8 points. Metagaming.
I healed you for 8 points of metagaming.
Yeah. So I give him a really sharp eye. But can we like look over them again?
Yeah.
Yeah,
give
roll
him a once over.
Lit.
Can I give her advantage by helping her out?
Allow it.
Okay.
With that's a 17 total.
Yeah, you look over them, and other than like a couple of them have like some bruises and bumps here and there from jumping out of a window, they're fine.
So I want to go ahead and just take care of that.
Okay.
With my heal checks if I can. All right. How many? It should be 3 of them because the other one should be fine.
Because he got missed.
The one that
he got
that I caught was fine.
Yeah.
Actually, 2 of them should be fine because one of them got nightcrawlered.
Yeah. Exactly. So these last 2, I'm gonna go ahead and roll cure wounds twice. So one of them gets 9 points, and the other, okay, that one gets like 5 points, but they'll be okay. All right. So they should be good for their minor bumps and bruises.
All right.
All right. So I look around. I'm like, where's the next town?
So it's supposed to be like down straight across this road, but like honestly, if we take the road to the right, we can bypass the whole town.
Now, Ash number 2, why would we do that? Or a schedule here.
I mean, we our task was to get him to the venue, right?
Early?
Just alive.
Better than late. Early, alive, and unharmed.
What if
and
Mr.
sober.
Elkos doesn't
How long-
appreciate that?
How long, DM, would Lockjar know like how long the travel is for if they take the shortcut?
Roll either history or survival, whichever is higher.
Okay.
So while he's prepping that, I'm going to go up and I just want to check over the horses and make sure that they're okay.
The horses are pristine, though they do seem irritated.
So they're going to get nose scratches.
They will be very pleased with those nose scratches.
So I rolled a 22.
22?
Yeah.
So he is correct. If you bypass this area, you could save almost an entire day.
So it's either an extra day by normal passage, or
yeah, honestly, there's a part of you that wonders why you even need to ping that town at all.
Okay, and how long would it take if we took the shortcut, so to speak?
No, that's the thing. It'll save you a day if you take the shortcut. Honestly, it's a more direct route to take the shortcut.
Right.
You lose a day, and it's a little out of the way to go by this town.
And was there anything about in the contract about specifically having to stop in this town?
Not that you recall.
He's actually, surprisingly, he's right. If we take this shortcut, we'll cut a day off our travel.
I feel like if this was an accident, then everything's fine and nothing's wrong. But like on the tiny chance that this was more of like murder and less of like someone tipped over an oil lamp, maybe we bypass this second town and we get there a little early. We can find our own hotel.
I don't know.
Then nobody knows where we are.
Usually, like, instructions are like meant to be followed, but this is kind of a special circumstance. I don't know. I'm willing to let y'all take like point on this.
Makashur, have you ever diverted from your tours, I suppose?
Well, so my tours were a little bit more like spontaneous. Like I showed up at a tavern and I told them they were going to let me sing. And then I showed up at another tavern and I told them they were going to let me sing. So like there was never really a plan.
So you've never actually been on tour. You've never actually. So you've never actually been on tour.
No, I was on tour. I just told you I went from one tavern to another tavern to another tavern. That's a tour. That's legit.
We're taking the shortcut. Helena, go that way. And he points off towards the shortcut.
My cashier says, please.
And thank you.
So I want to turn around and address the Snake Boys directly. Be like, this is what we're doing. It will be okay. And then just turn back and start going.
The Snake Boys all kind of like do this because all of a sudden you are shouting at them, but they calm down very quickly. Their emotions seem very mercurial.
I love that.
So
I turn around,
like all musicians.
Head check, snacks. Do you need to go to the bathroom? You need to say it like right now because when we go off of the trail, we are not stopping.
Nah, it's fine, man.
It better be.
It's all okay.
Good.
It's all right.
All right. I'll check back in 20.
So you guys take the loop around, which is less of a loop around and more of like a straight shot. You shave an entire day not going past this town. Though you do get to a point where there is a long bridge across a chasm that leads into the woods. After the woods, that's supposedly when you are to reach the destination.
How does the bridge look?
So
one of those
pull up
old-fashioned swinging bridge. It's one of those old-fashioned swinging rope bridge dealios.
I'm already just like, oh, this is gonna be, oh no. Mm. Is
So
there
how
like
I would
another way
respond to this-
around? Yeah.
How far across is it to the other side?
Like 30 feet.
Let me see here.
Makeshar's gonna like
I
go
can
up
take.
to it
I can. Okay, go ahead.
and like put her feet on it,
Okay.
Oh my god.
It is a
like to
bridge.
try and like.
Oh my god,
Sorry.
Makasher, be careful.
I'm always
So you
so
do the thing where like you
careful.
hold and you kind of like bounce on it.
Yeah.
Yep. It doesn't give. Seems pretty sturdy.
Is it wide enough for the whole carriage and everything to travel on it? Okay.
Yes. It's a merchant road.
What if instead of everyone being in the carriage with all 4 horses connected, what if we like let everyone go one at a time? It just
That's
feels
a
like all 4 of
really-
the Snake Boys in the carriage at the same time is
It's really
not
innovative. I like that. Everyone
That-
out. Line up.
That might be the smartest thing you've ever said.
Oh my god.
I could think of other things, but I'll take that for you, Makasher. I love this for your journey.
I love this for my journey too.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay, roll out, everyone. Line up. Let's do this. And no lip.
So the Snake Boys, which I'm almost gonna forget what I named this band because I just keep wanting to call them the Snake Boys now. File out of the cart, all of them with their hands in the next one's pockets, because that is how they've been told to move when Za tells them what to do.
Yep. It's perfect.
And they all just kind of look at you guys expectantly.
Okay. I don't want to hear you breathe. I don't want to hear you trip. We're going to walk, not run, not anything across this bridge. And Makasher is going to be behind you. Okay?
Actually, I better stay behind them because I can at least teleport one away.
Are you going to be like respectable and reasonable, or are you going to do what you've been doing this whole time?
You.
Does Makasher need to be behind you?
Lockchar's going to turn to the one that's holding his breath and be like, "You can breathe, idiot."
All 4 of them in unison.
Breathe normal, you fools.
Just
It was
let
a
me
figure
They
hear
all
of
it.
kind of like
speech.
look at each other. Dude,
Tell him to breathe,
now that you've
otherwise.
said that we breathe normally, I don't remember how we breathe. It's like when you think like, how do you walk? And then you'll like, oh God, I'll never walk again.
Oh,
So
why
just
am I
watch
burdened
the
with these
sweet life-giving
simpletons?
air.
Just watch me and you'll be fine. Okay. But do not let go. All right. So we start to kind of trot across.
Wait, are we going on the horses or are we walking?
Oh no, I'm walking them across this
So-
bridge.
Yeah, I was going to attach, like, loop the reins of the horses all together so that they're in a line
Mhm.
together, and I will lead them at the very end, at the back.
Yeah.
I was picking up on Helena's genius and Makasher's genius, and
Lockchar's going to be at the back of the Snake Boys train. And just he'll have a hand on one of them, and his hand's actually going to be shaking
oh my god.
because he's actually he's terrified of heights.
God.
But he's not going to let on. He's like doing everything he can to not let on.
Well,
and
while
every
he's
so often-
not, I'm over here like,
and every so often he's going to be like, "Stop shaking, you fool! Stop shaking!" And it's him that's doing the shaking.
oh. I'm like, okay, do not copy that, but like, just be still. Just walk.
Midway through,
okay?
one of them was like, huh?
Don't don't copy. Just walk. All right, just walk. And I'm just
Use
like,
simple language.
oh. And we are.
I'm gonna
walking.
I like how like
Like, one of
everybody freaked
my-
out except like Max, Cher, and Helena were like, it's fine.
It's fine.
Nothing's
It's fine.
wrong
I
here.
got
Yeah.
my horses. Yeah, I'm just gonna
Mac-
reach down and
Makasher's
like
Strutting.
ruffle Lockchar's hair and be like, "You're fine. Walk more." Just like
Don't
push-
stop it! Stop it!
Just
Don't
encourage him.
touch me! Don't touch me!
There we go.
I'm
I
fine.
also really
it's this
like
one.
the
It's this one that's
potential at the
shaking,
end
not
of
me.
this for Makashare to go on a tour, and instead of Marina and the Diamonds, it's Makashare and the Snake Boys.
Yes. Yes.
I might
I
need
want
to
it.
draw that. That might not just need to be.
I might.
I-
I
I-
might need to write a song.
Right.
Yeah,
I just need to be in the crowd. Okay.
There's got to be a lot
Put me
of
in
there's
the
got to be a lot of extended S's in that song. All right,
I love
you
that.
all travel across the road.
Makashare.
Did we get across
So-
the bridge?
You do, despite the fact that the
Okay.
bridge looks very clearly like a trap. It's not. You guys get across fine. You did leave the cart behind, I hear, because you led the horses separately.
Yep.
The Snake Boys did grab their instruments. There is not
Okay.
super duper reason to go back for the cart if you do not wish to.
Okay.
I think I can do without a cart, but like I hope Mr. Elkos wasn't particular about that.
Was the again, Lockachar? Was there anything about the card? It was just getting the band there, right, with their instruments.
Just the band. Didn't even say anything about the horses. Just the boys.
Oh, that's evil.
So I kind of want to just like pick up the
music.
Snake Boys.
That's music business.
and put the Snake Boys like two on two of the horses so that they were riding double up on them, so that I know that they're safe and they're accounted for.
Smart.
All right. So two of the horses, I'm assuming Clyde and Dale, because just for some strange reason, I assume those are going to be draft horses.
Weird.
I have two each on their backs, and Potato and
Squash.
Squash. Thank you. I was about to be like Ermine, which I don't know why that's where I decided to go, but it's Ermine. Ermine the horse.
Could be.
Right up, and you reach the beginning, almost a wall of trees that leads into the forest. The path from here gets a little bit more dicey, but it is still well traveled, and it is still a notable path.
Okay. Huh. I'm just making sure the boys are, behaving. And
They
I'm
are,
writing this in their report card. Yeah.
The one behind the other on both sets of them has their hands in the other one, in the front one's pockets, just to like make sure that they are adhering to the rules.
Excellent.
So good.
They're not
I'm
going to
proud.
slither out of this one.
I am very proud of them. Very happy. I kind of just like, you guys are great listeners. I like that.
As we're walking into the woods, Lockchar's gonna summon out his glaive, his glaive. But use it
Alright.
as like a walking. But he's gonna be using it like more as a walking stick, blade up.
All right. So as you guys are traveling through the woods, you notice that not only in the normal path in the woods and the trees, near you is a very large, sharp hill, almost a cliff, and it's just sort of this range that goes alongside the forest. Za is going to particularly notice this because of your ridiculously high passive perception, is painted on one side on the cliff, late with a offshoot of the trail leading toward it is a painted outside image with a sign in front of it that says shortcut.
Okay. So, guys, I don't think this is really like a credible like source or whatever, but there's like this really strange sign that has shortcut on it. But I'm just going to go ahead and call BS on that. But whatever you think, just for you to know.
Lockchar's gonna inspect the sign to see how recent it was painted, if he can.
Is the paint like wet? Just brush paint.
I'm gonna have you
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you roll investigate real quick.
Okay. 19.
So the sign was hastily painted very recently. Like if you touch
Oh
it,
my
your
God.
hands come out.
Yeah, so like at one point
black.
he's actually gonna like touch it and
You also, very shortly after the sign where the offshoot of the path leads, is a cliff drop-off.
Are
The
you like
path just leads
serious?
straight to the edge of the cliff, and then it's gone. Just a bing.
Surprisingly, Za, your instincts are correct.
Oh, surprising. Okay.
I'm sorry that the Wile E. Coyote style trap didn't trick you.
You're right. Yeah, that's what I was. I was like,
It
so
was a
we're in a
DC
hole.
7. It was a DC 7,
Right.
you guys.
That would be
Yeah.
hilarious if we missed that.
Lockchar,
I would watch it.
Lockchar assumes that everyone is just dumb.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, in
So I'm
fairness,
just like
with
looking at
the
the
Snake
cliff,
Boys,
and
it's
I'm
not
like,
inaccurate.
No,
How
but
would you
like
miss that?
even like he assumes that Makashir and Za are just like complete dunces as well.
how do you miss that? Like that's do you see that? That's like certain dot. I okay, whatever. Someone's watching us on this road. They're ahead of us watching us. They have to be.
As Sa says this, you guys hear a loud approaching rolling sound. What do each of you do?
Oh my god. I look panicked. I'm panicked. And I have like a literal like Mr. Krabs moment where I'm just like I'm like, oh my god, what is happening? And
All right.
I wanna
Lockchar, Elena.
yeah.
So I've been leading the two horses with the doubled up snake boys and holding onto their reins. So I'm going to pull them to a stop right away and have them firmly grasped so that the horses don't bolt.
Firmly grasp it.
Makesher is going to stand as close to the rolling noise as possible and put her hands out and say, "Don't hit me, I'm beautiful."
Okay, Lockchar, how are you going to do this?
Lockchar is going to use minor illusion. Well, actually, no, that doesn't work. Never mind. Okay, he's going to use thaumaturgy and
Really using that
shout.
thaumaturgy.
I will abuse it to hell. He's gonna he's gonna use thaumaturgy and echo his voice, and he's gonna say, "The bridge is out. Turn around."
Wonderful. So I'm going to have Za, Elena, and Lockchar all do dex saving throws. Maxshar, I'm going to have you do a charisma saving throw.
I am so good at those.
Okay.
I'm about
So
to
what am
find
I
out.
what am I adding to this one?
Your dex saving throw addition.
Your dex modifier. You should have saving throws on your screen if
there it is. Yes.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, so I got a 19.
Okay.
17.
Elena?
18
7.
for me.
Okay.
15.
All right. So, what was the one you said, Lockchar?
What? Say again?
What was the number you said for me one more time?
Oh, 15.
All right, killer. All right. So, huge boulders come rolling down the hill towards you guys. Everyone dodges except Makashir, who the one coming for her stops. Just stops. Just flat. Just the radiant energy of not only the ballsiness of "don't hit me, I'm beautiful,"
Just
because
the
I want to bottle
audacity.
that confidence.
The audacity.
The
Oh, that's
audacity of
irritating.
that. The boulder
love
just
that.
stops. Everybody else ducks out of the way of their boulders and just watches them sort of bounce along away from
Including
them.
the boys.
Including the boys, because Elena had them
Got that.
squared out.
Excellent.
Save snake boys.
Save those
Save
snake boys.
Save snake boys.
So you are going to notice a figure sort of retreating away. Far, like all you see is sort of the outline, but you do see a figure that was at the top of the hill.
Ooh, I say guys, I was right. There's someone up there watching us.
How far?
And they're like way up there, wherever those boulders came from.
DM, how far away? Can I tell?
God.
Well,
like
well,
150, 200 feet.
Yeah. Specifically that. I say they're like
Somewhere
a
around that
ways away over there.
So
Do I see how are they short?
Lockchar is gonna fire off a Eldritch Blast in that direction.
Do you have that one that like makes it Eldritch Blast go like 7 billion miles?
No, I don't. He's just sending it in the direction out of sheer anger. It's only a 120 range. I'm not actually expecting to hit anything. He's just more of like just pissed off, so he's hurling a Eldritch Blast.
Fair. Za, you were saying a thing?
Hold on, wait a minute.
No, you good.
What happened?
We hear you.
Okay.
Okay, good.
You were going to say a thing, and Lockchar angrily just sort of yeeted an Eldritch Blast at whatever
Right.
the thing was.
I was wondering if I could tell if I could like. Well, yeah. Could I tell like how tall they were, like what type of figure?
You could tell they were
more
roughly
detail?
humanoid, and that's about it.
Some
Like it sort of looks like the
out
neighborhood
here.
watch symbol, but like a living being.
Of course. So yeah, I'm like, someone is out here like watching us, and it's like super creepy. Why did we even like take this shortcut if there's still? What is going on? This wasn't in the contract. I'm getting frustrated visibly.
I want
This
to
is
know.
not good.
So actually, question. It was a shorter shortcut. Should we have arrived at the second town by now? Like, is it something that like
Yes.
we didn't show up to the second town and someone would have known that?
Yes.
So there's plenty of
That-
time.
that or
That
someone
has
is
been
watching
that has
our every
been as
move.
much time as it's passed.
Got it. Helena, can I take Potato for a few minutes?
Yes.
Makesha is gonna jump on Potato and say, "Find the evil man."
Potato is going to kind of like look at Elena and Za.
Za's gonna look at Potato and be like, okay, scratch that. All right, we're gonna do this together. I'm gonna hop up there with Makasher. I'm gonna be like, okay, we're gonna scout ahead really quickly and be right back. Can you guys gather what's left of whatever we've got, and then we'll meet you in like 5 minutes.
I suppose.
So
No,
we ride
horse.
off. I say, Potato.
Well, we still have Squash, so.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, we have
Well,
Squash,
Clyde,
Clyde,
and
and Dale. Yep.
So I'll take Potato.
Well, Clyde and Dale will have the boys on them.
Yes, and they're the ones I'm holding on to.
So Lockachar is gonna take Squash, or he's gonna hop up on
We're
Squash.
like double rating, so
Yeah, you two are on Potato.
yeah, we're on Potato, and you guys have the other 3. So we're gonna like just go ahead real quick and do some look-sees, and we'll be back. You guys cool with that?
Stay within 30 feet.
Well,
Don't go
he was
Not very
They
far
want
to
to go
scout.
ways away, so like I'm gonna have to go further, like 4 times that to be specific. Don't worry, if anything happens, I can definitely take care of myself. And Makasher, even though Makasher is
As
really bold.
Makasher and Za ride ahead, Makasher, Za, you are going to hear an approaching hissing sound and feel a short gust.
We are, they are.
You two are. As you
Oh,
go
yeah.
ahead.
So we start to like perceive, of course.
You say, of course.
What do we
Makesha is like
perceive?
loving the wind in her hair.
All right.
I'm like-
Za, you notice that there is something swinging towards you guys from the trees, making that hissing sound.
So we try to whoa, I stop the horse and I'm like, what is that? I detect magic.
There is no magic, but
No
because you
magic.
stop short, the swing in front of you and then it swings back, and then it starts sort of swinging back, like things do when you catch and release them. It is a snake tied by a rope to a tree. It's just a snake tied to a tree, sort of like coiling around, being like, wondering why it is there. I'm glad I got to make that face for the internet.
I'm like, is this like a sign or something? This is clearly like a hate sign for the Snake Boys. Has to be, because it doesn't make sense otherwise. Message. Very clear message. So I look at the rope. Is it like tied very well? Was this a?
It looks like it was hastily tied.
Was the snake just clumsy and it just got tripped and caught in a rope? I don't understand.
It looks like it was intentionally tied. It also looks like it was tied to a rope. If you turn to the right, your perception is high enough. I'm not going to be roll. There's a small mechanism that as you walked towards it, it released the snake.
Oh, there are a lot of traps here. So this is really bad. Let's go back and let them know, because I don't want to run any more traps
I've ever conceived.
Snake trap.
You guys need to understand how many Wile E. Coyote cartoons I watched. I'm trying to get this prepped.
So I'm like, Makashira, are we good to go back, or should we go further?
I would not love the idea of getting flung in the face by a snake.
Yeah, me either. I would. That's not good for our journey. So let's go ahead and go back. Okay, so we ride back and we tell them that there are traps just laid out and someone hates us, and I don't even know why. We're just carrying the greatest boy band in the region in our cart now on our horses. So I'm getting angry and frustrated as I go through this paragraph.
Do we have to go through the traps to get to the stage?
You do not.
There's another path?
There is a path that walks around sort of the outside of the forest that's pretty easy to get onto.
Should we take that?
Yeah.
Seems like the best option.
Also,
Okay.
Just so you know, the best boy band in this area is actually the Bugbear Teens Syndicate, or BTS.
Right. So I take that
I wasn't
back.
expecting to kill Scott like that.
I definitely take that back.
Are you
Don't know
So
why, but
yeah.
Nope.
That was one of the dumbest jokes I've made.
I know. That's why I laughed so hard.
It was hilarious. I'm going to go ahead, and Mia and Makashira are going to lead the group onto this next path so we can avoid the traps that I have no confidence these snake boys are going to be able to dodge. So let's get out of here.
Fair. All right.
So before we get going, I'm going to make sure that I have the snake boys. They're going to duck their heads down because Clyde and Dale are so tall. So they need to lay forward. So the one is just kind of laying on the other's back so that they're hunched over so that they don't stand up extra tall.
So they kind of creep like this, but our horses. Which is vaguely horrifying.
That would be terrible. That'd be very Maximus from Tangled. No, the horses are fine. Just the snake boys are all hunched over.
They're just leaning forward.
Yes, the snake boys are crunched.
All right, that's fine. That was just
at some point, while we're doing that, or as they duck down, Lockjar is going to cast a minor illusion and put blankets on top of them.
So there are now spooky ghosts.
No. They're just they just look like they're just
hissing sounds. The blankets are just making hissing sounds.
I love this.
They're boo ghosts.
This is great.
He's trying to make them look like just cover they're carrying stuff, but
packs.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I followed. I
didn't.
Ghosting.
I thought he was making them ghosts.
Zod's brain is melting right now.
Oh my God. Well, fortunately, as your patience and energy reaches its end, both as players and as characters, you reach the final town where you see almost like a festival being set up. You see stages being built. You see flags and lights and suspiciously pyrotechnics being set up all around the village. But notably, as you pass the threshold gate of the town, you see Mr. Elko and his two, I don't want to say thugs, that seems wrong, but his two
Bodyguards.
attendees. Yes, that would be a better
Attendees.
word for it.
Bodyguard. Yes.
You see him speaking to a very sort of stern-faced elven woman carrying a clipboard. She hands him the clipboard and a quill to sign as you all approach.
What was it? Name again?
Hi, Mr. Elkos. As you can see, we made it. So, like, I think it's time to go ahead and talk because this has been absolutely ridiculous.
He's so, yeah, you guys are early.
You know,
Mhm.
when
And
we get the
super
job done,
alive.
super alive,
And
not
sober.
not drunk.
And
Sorry, the delivery of that just got me.
She's so mad about
that
it.
was
I'm
perfect.
so mad about it.
And sober.
She's anger sobered up.
Her barbarian rage, I
Right.
know she's afraid of
Rage
barbarian,
sober,
is
rage
sobriety,
sober.
is sobriety.
And with a snap, the illusion drops and they see the boys.
The elven woman kind of perks up and she goes, "So they are unharmed. I believe you have some explaining to do."
And Lockchar is gonna hop off the horse, stride directly up to the furbolg. I keep forgetting his name.
I just call him Mr. Furbody. Make it happen.
Her daddy.
And with a flourish, he's gonna put the glaive to his throat and go, "Explain yourself, sir."
I don't know what you mean.
I suggest, and he casts suggestion. I'm going to try it again. It's going to work one of these times.
one of these days.
Yeah, I'm going to cast suggestion and go, "I suggest you tell the truth."
What is that DC?
About 13.
You rolled a 4. So yeah. This lady here, she's an agent, an insurance agent, and well, you know, I assumed that the way things were going, that the boys were gonna come up all right, and
He's going to, as he's talking, he draws the glaive back, making it look like he's about to swipe at him, and then he's gonna flourish it up and knock the clipboard up out of his hands and catch it.
And I look at everyone and I'm like, "See, I told you so." Of course.
And the Lockchar is gonna look at the document on the clipboard.
So the document with a sealed letterhead from All Kingdom Insurance Company is going to say it's going to have a note that it is a life insurance policy taken out on all 4 members of the White Serpents. It talks about it is, you know, lists time of death as oddly yesterday.
And as he's going to read this out loud and use thaumaturgy for dramatic effect.
And I'm just sitting there, like, put my shades on, and I'm just drinking a drink, and I'm just like,
and then
you have iced tea just right there.
I do. I'm just like, wow, it's just all being poured out today. I love it.
And
all of this tea, love.
Okay, it doesn't work. And after doing all that. And he's going to turn to the elfin woman. "And you are Miss?"
My name, you can address me as Miss Clariette. I'm insurance agent with All Kingdom Insurance.
I see, Miss Clariette. As you can see, and he gestures back to the horses, the band is fine. Very much alive.
They all are kind of like looking confused and blank. I see.
And it seems this thing here was trying to commit insurance fraud. He points to the Furbolg. It seems he was attempting to commit insurance fraud, and he offers the clipboard back to the woman.
She takes it back, looks at it, and looks at him. Mr. Elko, we take insurance fraud very seriously here. I believe
Is this your insurance voice? I
this
gotta
is my
know.
insurance voice.
I love it.
It's a customer service voice, but angrier.
Oh man.
We take insurance fraud very seriously here, Mr. Elko. Is there anything that you have to say? You got it all wrong. You got it all wrong. I would never do anything to the boys. I just assumed that since the inn caught fire and all,
How would you know about the inn catching fire?
You went ahead of us, remember? You're a really bad liar.
Can I punch him? I
You
want to
can
punch him.
absolutely punch him right in his dumb face.
I want to punch him.
I'll stand there, and me hearing Helena right behind me, I'll block her until the very moment, and I'll just kind of step to the side.
Blockchar
Like,
is
no
stepping. He's
preparation.
stepping right aside, but he's also keeping the glaive out, at kind of pointed at the bodyguards,
Mm-hmm.
just to make sure neither of them make a move.
Mm-hmm.
All right, roll for punching.
Roll for punching? Okay.
Roll an attack roll.
Can I add my strength?
It's going to be an attack roll, so either whatever your attack roll is.
Which is usually strength plus your
You just add 5.
yeah.
Whatever roll it is, just add 5.
Yeah.
21.
That's how we do it on Adventure Incorporated.
Then 21. I rolled a 16.
16?
I love that.
Yeah.
I think you said
Great
6D
roll.
for a second, and I was like,
No.
you rolled a what?
Helena does 6d6 of damage.
There's nothing left. You just
Miss Clarinet's just sitting there like, you've just killed this man in front of me in cold blood.
They don't take murder as seriously as insurance fraud, all right?
Yeah.
Like,
I love that.
one of them is just lives. The other is money. One is more important than the other.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
So, Elena, you wanna illustrate? You wanna narrate how?
Oh yes. So because he's littler, right?
No, he's
Furbolgs are tall.
Furbolgs are half giants.
Oh, okay.
He's probably
So I
like
guess
I
7
just
feet.
gave him that voice because it amused me.
okay. Well then, yeah, because I'm coming from behind, so I'm going full southpaw on him. So I'm coming from down, and I'm going right up for his chin. No holds
just
barred. on that one.
shurikens him.
Yeah.
All right,
Headed right for it.
so you just like straight Street Fighter,
Yep.
this Furbolg, up into the air, and then he collapses into a pile of dust. Not like it, like he hits the ground, and there is dust around him. He does not
Not turn him to
evaporate.
dust.
Yeah, I was about to
You just-
say,
you
wow.
you punched his atoms apart. And he just kind of like lands, and he's like,
So was there like any money at all?
Is there like a guard or like sheriff or something around?
It looks like the insurance agent is waving some of the guards over.
And
The
do
two,
either of the okay.
The
Go
two, as I've been informed, they are called from chat mooks. Just kind of like look at each other, look at the law, look at each other, and book it in the other direction.
Oh yeah.
When you started that sentence, I thought you were going to say they're called Chet. And because I like mixed up the sentence in my head, and when you said chat, I heard Chet, and I was like, that feels like perfect names for
And then
like
we were like,
douchey
Their
bodyguards.
their names are Chet and Chad.
Yep.
I like
Yeah,
Chet
I was
and
about to say the same exact thing, Scott. It's like
That's
Chet and Chat.
As
They're the Mook twins.
as they're running away, Lockjar's gonna fire a Eldritch Blast at the ground just at their feet, just to kind of
Okay.
like scare them that much more. He's not actually aiming for them; he's aiming for the ground, like just behind them. Like they'll feel the heat,
Got it.
but it's not actually gonna hurt them.
So they yipe and then just like run all the faster. You hear a clink, clink, clink as like two of the guards like try to run after them in armor. It's not a very effective way to go it, but the other guards have come and hoist Mr. Elko up and begin handcuffing him. Clariette looks up and goes, "Yes."
Sorry, just before you take him away, he owes us 500 gold.
Can we like sue him for, emotional distress and damages? And he's really stressed out. Potato, squash, Dale and Clyde here, and that's not acceptable. All right, so we have more business with this man, as Makashare has said.
She looks over at the Snake Boys. What odd names for performers.
I'm like, oh yeah, Ash, 1, 2, and 3, get down, okay? They're not the Snake Boys. Those are my horses. I'm sorry for the confusion.
see.
Sometimes, yeah. So introduce yourself, boys. Come on.
The Sneaky Boys come down. They go, "I'm Ash." The one that is the bassist just goes, "Mm." And then the other one, "I'm Mashed, man. It's great to meet you. We don't have to do anything crazy. Everything's chill. We don't need to worry too much. No, sir, Mr. Elko is going to jail. I mean, he didn't really do much. He just tried to kill us, right?"
I look at her and I say, "Do they have rides home? Because this is really complicated."
She kind of like flips through her clipboard and goes, "That's not really up to me, but one of the things that I can say is I'm certain that we can do a division of assets. Mr. Elko was going to have all of the money from proceeds from this concert to go to him. I can very easily redirect it to you all in accordance with the damages owed."
My hands fly up like this. I'm like, "Oh my god, Makashare, did you ever want to be a manager?"
Always. It's always that's
No,
been my
no,
dream.
no.
Oh my god, guys, we're
No.
groupies now. Aren't you like excited?
We're gonna
No.
be so good at this.
We're gonna be so great. Okay, so come on, boys, we have a show to do. Thank you so much, Miss Clarinet. I love getting a new job and new money coming into a new town.
So, as night yes.
As they're walking off, he's just gonna, if you need new insurance appraisers, I might be interested. Like he'll kind of walk by her and like whisper to that to her. She's like, anything to keep from managing these idiots.
This is probably the first time I've ever had a D&D campaign, like a D&D session, wrap up with one of the players deciding to become an insurance agent.
Yes.
He's like out of character. He's not serious. He's just like he absolutely does not want to be a manager.
Well,
he's just like, "Lord, take me away."
As the night falls and the lanterns and the fun, beautiful multicolored paper lights are lit and the fireworks go up in the sky, the White Serpents begin their concert, and you all begin your new lives as tour managers.
So, like, are they good? Because we need to
Yeah.
discuss
They
it.
actually
I need a
are.
performance.
They're quite good.
I need a
They're not the
performance
best.
check.
Yes,
They're not
I
the
do.
best, but they're good.
They're
DM, I need a
good.
performance check.
You can tell that their
Yeah.
albums are doctored a little bit, but they're not.
Oh, no.
It's not
No,
like
no, yeah,
Bastille
but we need you
where
to
you listen to
roll.
them live
I
and you're
mean,
like, ah.
No,
I
we need you
mean,
to
what-
roll
what-
for this concept.
I mean, what doesn't have auto tune and time alignment now?
Yeah,
I
but
wanna know.
there's
Steph, you can back me
there's
up
a
on
radically
this.
different. There's a radically different thing between like, oh, this is clearly a little bit edited up, and bro, this doesn't even sound the same. This ain't even close.
Yep.
Their
Yep.
passive performance is legit.
All auto tune, all time aligned, and they don't know how to play instruments.
I rolled a
No,
15 audience check, which means I'm just hype enough, but not too hype.
Yes.
I mean,
I'll
you're
use-
definitely doing a great job at getting everybody at an appropriate and measured amount of
When-
excitement.
I'm doing it
When I
too.
realized
Oh wow, that was an 8.
when I realized
You're just like, what?
when I realized they're out of when I realized they're out of like everything, out of tune and out of time, I'll be using minor illusion to like minor illusion combined with thaumaturgy to make them sound like they're on point.
So what I'm
Their
hearing is
whole
you're an
career is
audio
a lie.
tech even in D&D.
Yes, I am
Yes.
still a tech guy.
Still a tech guy. That's wild.
Oh god.
Life is too
Gosh.
short for bad audio. I will fight for good audio always.
It is. It really
He
is.
he is an oath of the sonorous paladin.
Yes.
He fights
We need to-
discordance at all times.
Alex, we need to homebrew this, and I need to play in your campaign.
Perfect. We will wait. Work.
Oh my goodness.
That'll be my addition to paladins. The same way One Shot Questers has the oath of throwing it back paladin. My addition to this community will be
Oath of the audio engineer.
oath of the audiomancer.
The
I'll get it
audio
that
will
way.
Audiomancer.
Oh,
I love
Audiomancer's
it.
so
I
good.
love it. I love it.
Oh my gosh. I had intended for it to end with like a combat, but we spent so long in the fire trying to find a way to drill these guys out of the building. I'm not gonna lie
Nailed it.
though, this was amazing. You guys are fantastic players, and I cannot thank you enough for playing this game with me.
Thank
is
you
so
so
much
much,
fun.
Alex.
This was great. Big ups to Alex for
Yeah.
putting this
This
together
story
on
was
such short
awesome.
notice.
I
Oh, no,
appreciate
you guys are the ones who made it great. I just wrote a dumb pun-filled
It was
adventure
great.
about babysitting a band.
It
love
was,
did a
Baby
job
but it
on
was
that band.
great. I love it.
Craigslist. The
I love
Drake
that.
list was
Please feel
Mwah.
free to use that because that is my contribution to the community. Is my stupid puns.
This will be the digital media one shot from now on.
Yes. The standard.
I'll write it into a full adventure and just give
We
it
have
to
to
you
do-
guys. So here you
We
go.
have to do the damn. Unfortunately, we can't change panels, but this should just be a live show every
should.
year
It should. It's
and
a
just
good
rotate
example.
people through.
And you need one person to take the babysitting just as seriously. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Always.
I don't know, man. Za gave me some like flashbacks to some teachers I've had, and I was immediately like, yes, ma'am.
Man.
Right.
Za is that super nice teacher until you cross them.
Right. And I want you to never forget that.
also put
I
your
really
hands
enjoyed
in
all of
my
you.
pockets is the funniest.
Because that was my life. That's how I lived the majority of my adolescent life up until 13, putting my
no.
hands in my mother's pockets when we went anywhere, the mall, anywhere with more people than 5. His hands in
That's
the pockets.
brilliant.
Here we go.
For
That's
me,
horrible
it's
and
a very
brilliant.
good way to notice that your child has been like
Gone.
moved in
Yeah,
some
yeah.
way.
No, yeah, that works.
Where's your hand?
It's less. You know what?
Hello?
Hey, you know what? It's less embarrassing than a leash.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Actually,
That is
I
true.
used to have a friend who had a little brother, and he took his like harness off because he had one of those kid leashes, and he put it around a lamppost and then ran off.
Stop it.
No, for real. That was like a thing. And it
Oh.
was it was like one of their favorite like dumb like things he did as a kid stories. So I heard that story like 9 times,
Oh,
and I was always
God.
like, "This is amazing."
All right. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Again, Alex, thank you very much for putting this together.
Thank you guys so much for playing. You guys were amazing.
Oh, y'all were awesome.
And once again, we are from the Dragon Con Digital Media track. You can find us here on Twitch TV, DC Digital Media. You'll find us on YouTube. And when Dragon Con does come around again this year, we will be streaming our panels. Alex, go ahead and kick off. Tell us where they can find you.
So you're gonna at what panels I'm doing? Oh yeah, you can find me. So you can find me at alphacomics.com. Well, Alpha Comics and Games in Richmond, Virginia. And if you want to hear more of my DMing, you can find me at the Quid Pro Roll podcast, which is on Podbean, Spotify, everywhere you can hear podcasts. It's an actual play podcast that I tried to make serious, and then my players happened.
Unlike this one.
Unlike this one, which we started low.
Oh yeah, the bar just. But
Steph
it went high.
It got high. I am Kruggles. I play on Adventure Inc. Pod. That is an actual play 5e D&D podcast, where I also play a bard. And we do, for the Serious Business Network, we do some different shows, including a very serious, very informative Pokemon podcast, a very yelly, very loud Shakespeare podcast, and a monthly Survivor alternate reality stream.
Awesome. Okay, it's nice to meet you guys again. Thank you so much for enjoying our human druid Za. I'm Chelsea Bites, and I'm all over Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, any platform you name it. Got a Discord. We have so much fun there. We've been watching so many shows, talking about so much nerd stuff. Hi, I'm a computer scientist. I like to code, and I love math. Yeah,
nice.
We're nerds.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's my vice. But we also do a whole bunch of role-playing things just like this one, where I get to meet new, amazing role players like you guys. I really enjoyed today's story. Thank you so much again, Alex. And definitely come check me out. I'll be tweeting about all this stuff. So, yeah.
Yes.
And I, Lockashore, am burdened with the glorious purpose of not letting bad audio happen. But my name is Scott Moore. I am audio producer for ATL by Night and the Blood Crow Stories. ATL by Night's a live action Vampire the Masquerade live play streamed on Twitch Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Blood Crow Stories is a serialized horror podcast. You can find us on all podcast catchers except Spotify. And Groovus for Life is my Twitter handle. You can find me here on Twitch as Groovus for Life. And all of you will see me, and anyone else watching this, you can also find me at Dragon Con. I am the volunteer. I will be behind the tech table for the most part. So my role-playing life, my real life leaked into my role-playing life. But this has been a fantastic treat to actually get to play and be a part of a game rather than produce it. So this has been a blast.
Aw.
This is super, super fun. Thank you again, everyone. I had a blast. I've missed playing D&D so much, so I'm super, super excited to get to hang out and do this. It was great. You can find me across the internet at a swan named Emily. I'm an artist. I draw. I Twitch stream draw. I make happy little drawings and slightly inappropriate stickers. So you can find me there. You can find my art crew doing cool art stuff at Doodle Crew Draw across the internet. If you want to watch old episodes of us do that, head over to my YouTube. There's a whole bunch of fun artist interviews coming out soon because the Doodle Crew is on hiatus. You can also follow me and Steph at In Addition Pod every Wednesday night at twitch.tv/inaddpod, or catch us in your podcatchers, which is dope. Yeah, and also just tell me about the cool art that you're doing, because I always want to know more about the cool art. So
We gotta thank Helena for being so freaking cool with us today, because I would not be driving us around.
Honestly, Helena's the glue that kept that anything
Oh,
happening.
absolutely.
Made it happen. Just
Helena's shoulders are tired from carrying all of us.
Yeah, that's why she's so strong. That's why she's a fighter.
Yeah.
Because that's what she needs to carry the whole thing forward.
Thank you. Highly appreciate it.
Once again, thank you everybody for coming out. We hope you've enjoyed this as much as we've enjoyed playing this. We are Dragon Con Digital Media Track, and we are here to get you excited about digital media and stuff.
yay!
Have a good night.
Thank you
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Mwah, mwah. Bye.